Oh,
Oh,
you're
you're
right.
right.
Me.
Why am I echoing?
I don't know. Anyway, anyway, he's like moderately pro gun or whatever. And he started saying a bunch of bullshit. And I don't have the energy to explain to him that he's wrong. I mean, I tried, but he keeps repeating himself, and I'm just tired. And he's moderately pro gun, so I'm just gonna let him be for now because he's driving me insane.
Yeah, sometimes you can't fix stupid.
Uh, people just,
Just
they see the
see the
articles
article.
in the news and shit, and they don't uh, they don't bother like
Bother like
looking for more
for more
data.
data.
So it's very hard when
Hard
they
if
have
they
an
have an
image of reality
reality
that
that
is
is
right
right
to fix it
fix it.
over a conversation. Unless they have the motivation to go and educate themselves. And the other thing is, our former president is like dying in some hospital right now. So what the fuck happened here? Well, hello there.
Hello.
I was like, what the fuck happened? I'm alone.
Uh,
Yeah. So our former president is like had a stroke and he's dying basically. He's gonna die like any minute. So all the news is about him, and all of Facebook is like, you know, like a really divisive politician. So people on the right really hate him, and people on the left, some of them really hate him, and some of them really like him. And he's like a million years old. He's like 90 something. Yeah, I said it's not a good week for not a good week for old liberals. First Hillary almost fucking
yeah.
headbutted the sidewalk, and now Shimon Peres is like dying. Yeah, I don't like
Well,
him, but I don't want him to, like, I don't not like him enough to be happy that he's dying or anything like that.
right. Well, if he's just some old dude, like it doesn't really matter either way then.
And a lot of people are pissed off with him about a bunch of things that are pretty like historic. Don't forget that Israel is only 60 years old, so 67 years old. So like he's one of those people that was in different positions in the government for 50 or 60 years. So he had pretty substantial uh, he had a pretty substantial effect on a lot of very important things. Like he's the architect of the now completely failed peace agreement with the Palestinians, and he is the father of the Israeli nuclear plan and a bunch of stuff. But I'm like, you know what? I, I I keep telling people like the only reason we hate him. So like if he was a right wing politician, we'd be he's such a cunning politician and so talented, but because he's on the left, we're like, oh, he's a snake. He's a slimy son of a bitch.
Well, yeah, I mean, some people do that, but other times, if he was a right wing, then he wouldn't have done the same types of stuff that he did. So,
You would probably use the same political manipulations because they're useful, because they get your policy enacted. And if you believe in their policy, whether you're right or wrong, right? If you believe in your policy and you want to enact it, unfortunately, I don't believe that politicians can be clean and get stuff done. It doesn't really, at least doesn't really work here. I don't know. You have to be a little bit of a bastard to get anywhere.
Oh, I see what you mean. So people criticize his techniques, but
Yeah.
when like their people do the same thing, it's all good.
Well, none of their people did the same thing because no one lived so many years and was as big as a slick bastard as he was. He was like the eternal, leaker and, constantly like subverting his opposition and cutting deals and fucking. Yeah, just a really, really hardcore political. Like, that's what he did his entire life. He was never anything else. He was a politician from the age of 26 to now, and he's like 90 something. So that's 70 years of politics. That's pretty insane. Obviously, he did a bunch of bad shit. He did a few good things, but he's a lot like Hillary in the sense that like he ignites a type of visceral hate in parts of even his own camp.
Mm.
Although I think he's probably a much more accomplished person than her because she didn't really actually accomplish anything. I mean, in terms of policy, he got shit done. Some of it was horrible shit that shouldn't have been done. That's another issue, but Israeli Air Force is attacking the Syrian army. And they're trying to shoot down our planes, and they can't. It's funny.
Man, Tech Daddy making shooting look sexy. Oh man. So I'm excited. I'm going shooting with my buddy on Friday. Haven't seen him since I don't know, sometime last year.
Awesome. Where are you going?
Just a local indoor range. He kind of, I don't want to say necessarily travels for work, but like he drives around a lot for work. So you never know like what part of the state or whatever he's going to be in. And I guess he's going to be over by my place like Friday afternoon. So basically when he gets off work, he's just going to head over and I'll meet up with him. So I don't know if he'll like bring his stuff with him or whatever. I mean, I can always swing by my house on the way to the range because it's like right in between. I can go work, house, range, like right in a straight line.
what you're gonna shoot?
I'll probably just grab my handgun. I don't really like shooting rifles indoor.
I don't like shooting indoor at all.
It
Like
has its
if I have
moments.
a choice.
Yeah. Oh shit! I gotta clean out my range bag. Yeah, whatever. I'll do that later.
I need to get a shoulder holster.
Uh,
I'm not joking. Why are you laughing?
I, I'm not.
You're kind of
I
laughing.
I used to think shoulder holsters were cool too.
Oh, I don't. It's.
Then I wasn't 13 anymore.
Aren't you like my age?
Yeah, and I thought shoulder holsters were cool when I was 13.
Do you ever have a shoulder holster?
No.
Well, fuck you then. I had one, and it's great.
Okay.
Nah, I just sometimes I wear suits. It's very uncomfortable to have a gun on your belt in a suit, and there's no reason to because I already have a jacket on anyway. So, plus winter's coming. I don't know. It's more comfortable when you drive. Not saying it's like my main holster thing, but I just want to have that option.
Yeah. No, that's true. I'm just razzing you a little bit for the hell of it, but yeah, I think that shoulder holsters really they are undervalued or whatever. My biggest thing is the draw. You end up kind of flagging, a bunch of people as you're drawing, but I guess as long as you don't get your finger on that trigger, it's not the end of the world. I mean, if you're using it in a life-saving situation, who cares if you accidentally pointed it at someone, before your finger was on the trigger?
No, I'm not horribly concerned with it because I have pretty fucking solid trigger discipline. My finger literally just doesn't go to the trigger unless I decide it does. It
Right.
just doesn't.
Hey, G-Wubs, good idea, bad idea. Shoulder holsters.
Mm, just in general,
Yeah, like shoulder holster for concealed carry.
that idea. In general, yes. Concealed carry, no.
So what for then?
Like if you're in a canoe or an airplane or driving, maybe, and you have it like outside, like World War One or World War Two. I mean, pilot's holster or something. Then I can see it, or like one of those outfitter rigs that the Alaskan people carry on the outside of their jackets. There, I can see it being useful, but inside of clothing, I'm not a fan of it. It's too hard to draw from, and I don't know, just seems awkward to have it hanging up underneath your arms. From my experience with them, they flap around and they're hard to conceal, and compared to an inside the waistband.
Fair enough.
You should do that on your show one week.
Shoulder holsters? I'll add it right now.
Yay! I contributed.
Yeah, you're gonna get a ribbon for participation.
Cool.
No, as I said, I want one for when I drive. And I want one for the winter because sometimes it's not comfortable for me to carry on the belt. So I think the best holster to carry generally is an outside the waistband on the 3 or 4 o'clock. That's the best for drawing for anything. It's not very good for concealment, so you go inside the waistband. I don't want an appendix carry. That shit scares me. I know it shouldn't, but it does. So I agree that that's better, but sometimes you can't. Like my suits, none of my suit pants fits a 1.5-inch belt that can hold the weight, So, and I don't have one that, I can't wear a suit, which kind of pisses me off because I like looking snazzy and wearing my suit sometimes. Not all the time. Like if I'm going to a wedding or whatever, I wanna.
Well, I guess for a wedding, like I wore a tuxedo a couple times, and they have stupid ass pants. There's no way to wear gun on them, so you'd almost need it for that. And then if you put something like a J frame or something small, I guess, or a little tiny James Bond gun, that might work.
No, it's gonna be the same gun, unfortunately, because fucking Israel. But until
Well,
I can,
circumstances, since you can only have the one, then yeah, why wouldn't you play with every option available to you, right? So, I mean, if you're sitting here in the U.S. and you've got, basically whatever you feel like for carry as far as the firearm, then there's lots of different options. But if you've got the one gun, then why wouldn't you explore every freaking carry option available?
yeah, I feel like if I could own not even any gun that I want, but if I could own like 5 handguns, this would be much less of an issue. Because I would just, when I can't carry on the belt, I would just like take a small gun and pocket carry or whatever. But that's the gun I have. It's not a super heavy or big gun. It's a good mid-sized gun, but just I can't wear my suits with it. I tried and I can't. I just bought like a couple of days ago because I'm having this pants problem. I went and bought like a bunch of pants.
problem.
Yeah, that's just a
Sounds like-
funny sentence to say. I'm having a pants problem.
But it sounds like you need to invest in a shoulder holster for your suits.
Well, that's what we're talking about, Flippy. We are literally talking about that, and that's it. No, but Smeggy was saying that, and G Whips was also saying that they're kind of, they're hard to draw from and blah blah blah. And it's true, they're not as easy to draw from as from the belt. It's true. There's no doubt.
Right? Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here
Well,
saying
unless
like,
you're sitting in a car or sitting in a canoe or something, then they're way easier.
Oh no, then definitely they're much easier. Yeah.
Also, right now on Palmetto State, the current deal of the day, and they still have some left, 500 rounds of American Eagle 223 and 10 Magpul magazines for $230.
Also, they're not fucking cheap.
how many rounds of ammo?
500. It's like $150 in ammunition, and like $120 is how much the mags would be. So you save like $50.
If there are any used ones out there.
Just have Nathan build you a shoulder holster.
Yeah, how much will that cost?
I don't know. Email him and ask.
Yeah, I don't know if he's done a shoulder holster before.
How when I get the money together, he's going to be doing one.
Well, there you go. I had him do, an outside the waistband, a belt, and a mag carrier for me. It's nice. So that's kind of my like, up north show off type thing.
Oh, gee. Brandon was meaning to ask. He wants to get an order of polos together. For like, basically, instead of having the little polo dude, it'll have the little gun channels logo. And he was wondering if you were chill with that.
Well, I was waiting to see if he was still here. He had said in the internal that he was going to be stepping away for a little bit, so he might not be here anymore.
Oh, okay. I'll be right back.
So, I don't know, man. Get whatever you need to get. Like I was trying to say, I wasn't trying to discourage you from getting one or anything. I just was making fun of you a little bit.
Dude, it's cool. If I wasn't interested in opinion.
You don't give a shit about what I think anyways. All right, good.
No, it's not true. Why you have to be such a dick? Fucking hell.
As I'm sitting here laughing, yeah, I'm such a dick. I'm
I'm
clearly
just-
not joking around at all. Super serious.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, yeah, I get the points. I mean, fuck it. Worst case scenario, I'll get one. I don't like it, I'll sell it.
So I know a guy who had a shoulder holster for his God, I always forget which one's which, but like the Super Red Hawk or Super
Mhm.
Black Hawk, or I forget whichever one. But basically like the big ass fucking
Ruger.
I don't even know what it is, like 7-inch barrel or some shit, like 44
Uh-huh.
Magnum. So it's like it was a shoulder holster, but the barrel was like still like down past my waist. Well, maybe just to it.
I mean, you can't. They are cool.
What, shoulder holsters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want one with the gun sitting pointing down, though. I don't want one with the gun.
It would be better to have the gun at an angle. Like, not 100% pointing down, but like, you know, like off tilter or kilter or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Also an option, definitely.
Yeah, because when they're pointed straight down, then like you really have to like move your hand weird to grab it, like that, you know, Black Hawk or whatever. Because it had such a long barrel, it's like you got to stick your elbow like up over your head as you're like lifting up. You have to lift so high up.
Which, you know, is great for you if you're an anime character, because then you get to look all stylized and cool.
But I also don't think people are, you know, regularly carrying Super Blackhawks.
They've been known to.
Some people have been known to. I'm not sure real life people have been known to.
To do what?
Carrying Super Blackhawks.
So Blackhawk is the 44, right? And then Red Hawk is the 41. Am I correct in that assumption? But the problem is he's had both, and I've shot both, and I always forget which one's which.
I think they come in different chamberings, like 454, 44 Magnum, 44, 45 long colt or something too, right? 454 assault.
Yeah, Moon's saying that Red Hawk is double action only.
Oh, okay.
So he must have he had one of each, and he had the two different calibers, but it doesn't mean that one is better or whatever. Yeah, the 44 was the double action, single action. So he must have had his Black Hawk and 44 mag.
No, we do agree that I have to get a leather one, right?
Leather what?
Nah, I think lace.
A lace gun belt.
Shoulder holster. A lace shoulder
Oh.
holster.
Sweet. That's not saying anything. Making a statement. Are you making a statement?
No, not at all.
Nah, just doing it for me, man. I just do what I want.
I just like
You
the
know,
way they
sometimes
feel,
you
man.
just need to feel pretty.
Yeah, it's totally transgender holster, but it's cool. I mean, shoulder rig.
Oh yeah, dude, just get the flashbang, and then just wear like a, you know, A-cup bra with the flashbang.
That's what I do.
Man boobs.
You don't have man boobs?
No.
Well, that's why you get
What's
the
wrong-
A cup,
what's wrong
because that's
with you?
like nothing.
You better hit up Kentucky Fried Chicken tonight. Get those man boobs going.
God damn it!
You're supposed
Don't
to be
have
at a
Kentucky Fried Chicken here.
4,000 calorie dinner every night. Then you'll get those boobs.
Yeah. We don't have KFC here.
You don't?
Nah.
What about just fried hummus?
Fried hummus.
Yeah, you can deep fry anything, dude.
Get deep fried hummus balls. I mean, isn't that falafel anyway?
Yeah, more or less.
Well,
More or less.
bacon wrap falafels. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Fuck it. I'll just get one.
So, DB, you're starting a bacon-themed Middle Eastern restaurant?
That's true.
I think it would work
Pulled-
out pretty well.
Pulled
Yeah.
pork matzo balls.
You should just like you should totally open that.
Pork shawarmas.
No, real
But-
juicy bacon. We all know that.
But you really should also have like a bunch of cameras pointing from outside on your restaurant.
The best part about it is you don't tell them what it is until they eat it already. On the way out, you'll be like, "Hey, how was that bacon infused falafel?"
Yeah, cool story, bro. Just don't forget to carry your gun.
No, I'm good, dude. I'm totally. I don't need bacon.
You're
I
gonna
had,
fucking eat
I had a
it.
Jewish dad. I had a Jewish parent. He was Jewish. He ate bacon once in a while. It was okay. Just don't tell anybody.
No, I eat it all the time. I just don't like. I just don't like trick religious people into eating it. Although that's funny, but I also like want to live and
Yep.
stay out of jail. So
Me too. Plus, they could have allergies.
they might not even know it because they haven't ate it.
Shellfish.
You know, I saw a
Shellfish.
thing. I saw a thing today. It was like a Snapple fact or whatever. I think it was on TV, but it was saying that peaches are in the almond family,
Mm.
and I'm like,
Oh,
huh?
really?
Like, I'm allergic to tree nuts. I wonder if I'm allergic to peaches. I can't remember the last time I've had one.
You know what? That's not even strange. That makes perfect sense.
How does that make perfect sense?
Have you ever
It's like a
seen
big
an
old- It's like a big old fruit compared to fucking nuts. Like, that's completely
Yeah, but-
different style.
Look at what's in the middle of it.
Have you
That
ever
big
seen
nut pit.
Have you ever seen an almond, like a fresh almond?
You're
No.
also calling them almonds instead of almonds, bro.
Because I
Elton
don't
John.
speak English as my first language, so you can kiss my ass.
I mean, your name is Amit. You're not Elmit.
All Americans who only speak English make fun of people who speak multiple languages. That's get used to it.
Well,
You're only supposed to speak one language. That's English.
Well, I don't think
Exactly.
almonds isn't an English word, right? I mean, it's just what they're called, right?
I agree.
Hmm
anyway, let me
Anyway.
find a picture of
They're called
need-
almonds in every language.
almonds for you. No, they're not called almonds in every language.
Can you get Netanyahu to jump in on one of these chats? Like 3 blocks away?
For instance, in Hebrew they're called shkedim, and in German they're called mendel. But anyway,
Yeah, get Netanyahu in here. We need
That's-
to talk.
That's not cool, man. Names of like specific things should just be in every language.
let me show you a fresh one so you understand why I'm
Shkediming.
saying what
Why are
I'm
you
saying.
shkediming on me, son?
Uh.
Stop shkediming.
There you are. Oh, where's the fucking side chat? Oh, there it is. Holy shit.
Oh, shit.
That, that did
Jesus.
not work at
fucking
all like I
God.
thought it would.
This site cannot be reached because you typed in too many fucking letters.
I have no idea what happened. Hold on a second.
It's the entire Torah he put in there.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yes, that's it. You're now Jews. I tricked you.
It's the whole Talmud.
What the fuck?
Wait, you tricked us into not being allowed to eat bacon anymore? Fuck you.
It's like,
Yeah.
surprise, you're now a man. Surprise bar mitzvahs.
Jesus never said it was okay to eat bacon.
Oh,
That's true.
Well, to actually be fair, yeah, he did.
No, he didn't actually.
Yeah,
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
The Last Supper was kosher. Trust me on that.
yeah, and then later when he comes back, and it was a part of the whole thing where he was like,
Right.
only-
Later when he came back, the guys were like,
now Gentiles can also be a part of the thing, and you're free to eat whatever the fuck you want. Toodles.
yeah, I
That's
kind
what
of
he said?
feel like
Lemon pepper?
the guys were like taking advantage of the situation, but whatever.
He was groggy when he came back. I mean, he probably didn't even know what he was truly saying. You know? He
All right,
was tired. What the fuck street is this?
Oh, there we are.
Lost like a motherfucker.
Oh wow, that little link somehow turned into that giant fuck you thing.
It's not the same link. It's another link.
So wait, do you eat the gooey stuff too with the almond?
Some people do. I don't like it.
Yeah,
But-
the almonds aren't real; they're made up.
What?
Yeah, it's just a part of big pharmacology.
But you see, that's why I was saying it doesn't surprise me because it's like there's this
yeah, they're
thing in
kind of
the middle.
fuzzy and there's gooey stuff
Yeah.
around them. Okay,
Yeah.
I will admit I thought they just came out like little fucking nuts.
Well,
Apparently, exactly like little nuts with the gooey stuff around them and them being fuzzy.
Yeah, well, I didn't know about the fuzzy goo.
Yeah, well, you probably don't have any trees around you with almonds on them. Almonds? How? I don't know how to pronounce this shit. Fuck it.
Nah, you got it.
Almonds. All right.
You're good.
Almonds.
It's not the A, it's the L after it that's fucking me up.
Almonds?
I don't know. It's it's just not natural. for me.
Aluminium? Batteries?
I don't
mean,
say I say aluminium.
it doesn't require you to cough up a gallon of phlegm as you're like using it in a sentence, so it clearly doesn't work with you.
Fuck you. You say police.
Yeah, the police.
Did you guys see that new meme about the Trump thing, the deplorables?
No, what fucking deplorable thing is this now?
It's like this redneck with a crazy, like, Joe Dirt haircut. Like a super mullet, with like all filthy, drinking a Budweiser redneck guy. And it says, "What are you talking about? I support Trump, and I'm not deplorable. I was born in America. You can't deplore me." Oh, it's so funny. Ah.
I saw a thing that it was like Despicable Me or whatever, but it was like a deplorable me, and there were little like yellow people standing behind Trump or something. I'm just like, whatever.
Shouldn't they be orange in the cast of Jersey Shore?
Yeah, that would have made more sense.
Orange is the new black.
That should be his fucking campaign slogan.
That's right. You can say, I told you they were
I'm
going to
not
vote for me.
I'm not racist. Orange is the new black.
I told you they're going to vote for me. And he said, there's my African American. Remember when he said that? How embarrassing was that? He said, "Where are you? Where's my African American?" He had like one black guy in the audience.
It could have been worse. He could have went on stage and pointed at everybody, yelling, "They're gonna put you people back in chains."
Oh yeah. Beat. Half of Hillary's supporters are drooling zombie-noids, Obama-noids.
Yeah, apparently the Parkinson's thing's coming back up again because she fell during the 9/11 ceremony.
Dude, she's got pneumonia. It's like it's not that big of a deal.
Hey, look, I had the perfect Aleppo statement. Like, Gary Johnson should have said Aleppo was his drug. He thought he was talking about his drug dealer, Aleppo. And her thing, and this would have been so easy if she was just like, hey, I had a little bit too much vodka that day. You know what I mean? It was 9/11. I was drinking.
I need to party it up.
Yeah, I was a little lit. You know, I drank a little too much, and that was it. Like, too many margaritas on 9/11. And then that would have been it. Done.
It took me like 10 minutes to figure out what Aleppo is when that whole thing happened.
He
Yeah,
should have.
but
The other thing he could have said was like, I thought they cured leprosy. You know what I mean? Like, you mean leprosy? I thought that was.
Well, and that's the thing. I think he handled it just fine because he was like, basically, I'm not sure what you're talking about. And the guy was like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, what's Aleppo? And he goes, it's a city in Syria and blah, blah, blah. And then he jumped right on with, oh, okay, here's what I think we should do to fix Syria because it's a big mess. You know, we need to use diplomacy and we need to work with Russia and, you know, blah, 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 blah. And like he actually named some of the different groups that are fighting and shit. So it's like it's obvious he knows generally about the Syrian conflict and, you know, like what's going on and how it is a big clusterfuck. Like half the people are supporting groups that hate the other ones. And it's like, so we're arming two sides of a fight and they're too busy fighting each other. And none of them are fighting ISIS and shit.
You're arming hundreds of sides, actually.
Well, yeah, but either way, I mean,
there are like
It's called hedging your bets.
There are literally
enough of
thousands.
I swear he thought he was
Literally
saying
1,000
Leppo.
on
Like,
this.
what is a sandwich? You know, like, what is a car? Like, I think he thought the A part was something like, what is a Leppo? And he was like, what? I don't know what a Leppo is. Like,
yeah, what the fuck is Leppo?
what Leppo? Like,
What
do
is
you think
the
of Leppo?
Leppo?
Right. Anyway, so
Yeah,
either it
none
was
of this-
it was the way he asked it was definitely a setup. I don't deny that.
None of
Yeah,
this,
'cause
none
it's
of
out
this
of the
would
blue,
have
goes,
happened.
What would you do about Aleppo? And
None of this would have happened.
I don't
if
know.
you actually, none of this would have happened if you guys actually called the city by its actual name. But then I would have known what the fuck Aleppo is because I had to fucking Google it because that's not the name of the city. But whatever.
So what is it? How do you pronounce it correctly?
Khaleb. There's no P there. There's no P
Yeah,
there.
if they would ask Gary Johnson what a halib was, he'd be like, I think they're delicious. I eat one after every bong hit.
Jalapenos.
I love them on my tacos.
Yeah,
Trump-
jalapeno?
Yeah.
Oh, I love those.
On a steak. That guy's funny.
Halibs. What's a halib?
I think-
What can
I
you
think
do,
it's
man?
used to make beer. I don't
The
know. My only-
fucked up
like-
part is, think of this. Trump's getting security briefings from fucking National Security Agency, and so is, you know, Hillary, and so they're getting all kinds of shit. Oh, they're getting all now they're getting information. But they asked Trump about something, and I was talking about it with a friend of mine. They said they asked Trump, is there anything that you got in your security briefings that was a surprise to you? And he said yes. And he was like, was there anything in your security briefings that was like really terrifying? And he said, oh yeah, the same thing. Yeah, absolutely. There's something. He said, I can't talk about it, but yes, there's something that's very terrifying. And it was a surprise. That's all I can say. And then they were like, are you sure that's all you can say? And he's like, yeah, well, he said, all I'm saying is this, John Kerry, Hillary Clinton, and President Obama have done a great disservice to this country, and it's a shocking, terrifying thing that he learned in this security briefing. And I asked my friend, well, what do you think he's talking about? And he's like, I don't know. He said something, and I was like, dude, he's got to be talking about the Iranian deal. Like, they must have told him something about it. I don't think it's the Syria thing. But I just think they told him something about Iran, like with the nukes, and it flipped him out. It's all top secret shit. Now,
Why
can you imagine?
Why are they giving
Huh?
him? I don't understand why they're giving him security briefings before.
Oh,
he's-
because when it comes down to the end there, and you're running for, like, the two people who are running for president, or three people, I guess, like, whatever, they want to give you security briefings so you know what not to say, I guess. Like, you don't want to say stuff and get ahead of yourself, or maybe by accident say something I don't know. So they're like letting you know kind of what's really happening, so that you just in case you win too. I mean, like preparing you maybe. I
Yeah,
think
that
it's more
makes
for like saying stuff so that you know what not to say, because you can say a lot of shit when you're running for president, and they want you to know the maybe some of the repercussions, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, they should like maybe tell the American people so they don't like choose their own president.
Yeah, right. Well, we don't have to.
That seems like an important thing to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Well, I think the American people know the Iran deal was a shit bomb, but like now we're really going to get to find out in the next couple of years what kind of shit deal it was.
the problem is with picking presidents. I think that like, I don't know, let's say like 60% of America is always going to be Republican or Democrat. Like let's say they each get 30%. And so then that last 40% is the one that really like gets divided up between the two, and probably like 30% of that pick them on who has like a freaking bad haircut or who, you know, whatever. Like remember the thing Mitt Romney put his dog on the car, and there were all these people like freaking out that like he put his dog in a dog crate on top of the car. Like,
by accident too, right? It wasn't.
There are people who picked the person they voted for president because some dumbass put a dog on a car. Like that's probably a dumb thing to do, but that doesn't mean he's not a president. Like what the fuck? I didn't like him for other reasons, but that was like their only reason. Like, well, I can't vote for him. I guess I'll vote for the other person.
Yeah, I didn't like him because he wasn't our Lord and Savior, Gary Johnson.
Well, and Gary Johnson ain't no saint, but I like him better than the other two. And I keep getting told at work by this fucking liberal dude that I'm throwing my vote away and a vote for Gary Johnson's a vote for Trump. And I said, okay, that just helped me endorse even more.
When they do those four-way polls.
Oh, Hillary gets fucking annihilated.
Yeah, she's not annihilated, but it takes her lead away. So she's still like tied or like maybe 1 point ahead, but like without the three-way, it's actually four-way.
Yeah, but the Green Party doesn't pull in that much compared to the Libertarians. The Green Party's still at a couple percent, where Gary's at like he's bouncing around like 13%.
Yeah, but at last time 4 years ago, he got 1 million votes. So let's say if that's really the case, almost 100 million people voted, or more than that. So if he's truly at that number, then we'll see him getting something like what, 10 million, 12 million votes, 13 million votes.
Right. Well, I definitely
think he's gonna.
I think he's polling better this year than he was last time.
Yeah, because you know why? People who don't vote, they'll pick up the phone and they'll tell you, yeah, I'm gonna go vote. They're fucking full of shit.
Well, I mean, dude, honestly, I'm not saying polls are exact. Otherwise, we would just pick our president based on the polls. I mean, obviously,
I'm not
it only
they're
comes
not
down
exact.
to what you vote for.
Last time I voted for president, I had to wait about an hour, almost an hour, to get to the booth. So a lot of people wouldn't have the patience for that. They would have just gone home, especially in a state that's like, let's say, not a swing state, not a battleground state. Like they're just shit. An hour? Okay, I fucked up. I had to work that day. I mean, like whatever. You leave work, you go to the polling place. Sometimes it takes me 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Sometimes it takes a while. It just depends when you go.
It's not a holiday in the U.S.
No. God, no.
That sucks ass.
The last election, I was still in high school, and like literally, all the teachers are like, "Yo, you can skip school today if you're 18 or older, or if you're like 18 and you can vote and register and everything." It's chill. You can skip school and do it. I just skipped school and was like, "I'm not fucking voting. There's no fucking point. My state's going to Romney anyways."
It's a state holiday here,
clear
so
now.
you don't. Nobody
Yeah.
works because
Now I'm voting for
all
Trump.
the polling stations, all the ballots are in schools anyway, so the schools are out anyway.
Well,
Yeah,
they're-
I think normally schools are closed for it, but And
They're
like banks are closed and shit, and government places are closed. But if you have just like a regular job, you still have to go to work.
If you go to work here on election day, you get like 150% or something like that.
It's a lot of fucking. A lot of people have to go vote after work, so that's when it gets real busy. I mean, I'm telling everybody that I know, which is like 2 people. I'm just telling them, look, go. We got to do the early voting, man. We can't. I don't want to do it anymore. Like sit online and all that shit. It's not necessary. Like my parents do that shit through the mail. Early. I mean, they've done early voting before. I've never done it, but I'm gonna do early voting. So I'm not gonna. I'll probably be voting like a week or 2 before even election day.
Yeah, I just go. Last time I went.
How do you do that? Like, who do you?
No.
Like, who do you contact to be like, hey, I want to vote? Like,
you're
how does
voting.
that work?
You're voting the board of elections that you like. Whatever your. Do you have a voter's registration card? Usually they'll send you something in the mail that'll have your voting plate, where you're supposed to vote, your district, all that stuff. They have a telephone number too, but eventually they're supposed to send you out an information letter saying, here's where the early voting starts, and it's different locations, and it'll give you the times. So they should give it to you, but if they don't, just call them, because that's what I'm going to do. I lost the letter that talked about early election places and stuff. It's just going to be just like voting. You're going to go to a place, you're going to show them your stuff, and you're going to go do the digital vote on the fucking iPad thing. You know what I mean? It's no different than voting on election day. You're using the same machines,
right?
And you're going.
Is it only open for like a couple hours on a certain day or something? Like it's not.
I think they're open a few hours a day. Yeah, for a long time before election day, like maybe a week or 2 weeks.
Well, I know different states are different because that's a big thing. They always accuse like Republicans don't like early voting because when you have early voting, like more lower class people come out to vote because it's easier for them to. I guess the thing it's easier for them to go on a day that they have off because when you work at a place like McDonald's or a hardware store or something, you can't necessarily get time off. Whereas people that work in offices and are salaried can just take a long lunch and like no one really says anything.
Yeah, and then they do. A lot of those low wage jobs have floating schedules, so they don't even know when the fuck they're off. Right? I think it's a horrible. Certain states say it's illegal, but anyway, you don't even have a day off. They tell you the day off, like the night before. Like, okay, you're off tomorrow. No. Yeah, that's a fucking horrible way to live, but it happens.
Well,
but either way,
I don't like is like, and I get it from the business's point of view, and even sometimes from the employee's point of view.
Did he just start roboting, or is that me?
Yeah, he fell into a toilet bowl.
Okay.
He got flushing the toilet. He got flushed down the toilet.
I mean, it's a simple thing to fix. You just ask your employees ahead of time, yo, who are you voting for? If they say Trump, you go, all right, you got the day off. If they say Hillary, they go, nah, you got to work extra hours.
If you say, I'm voting for Gary Johnson, but I don't like him, I really like his vice president, I just like his vice president.
If they say they're voting for Gary Johnson, they get fired.
No, if they're voting for Gary Johnson, you say, do you have a drug problem?
I think you need to come in early for some fucking.
Yeah, your random piss test just got so not random.
Yeah.
You're pissing today,
motherfucker. Yeah. Right now, be in this cup. Be in this Starbucks cup, like right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just go. Last time I went, I think the ballots opened at like 8. I was there at 8 and 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. There was no one else there. I just walked in. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah. Okay. And that's it. I think I was the first guy to vote there. And then I just went home. Because it was crazy after that.
I was one of the only white people online to vote. and I just was looking around for the whole like almost like 45 minutes, an hour, and everyone was looking at me like, "We know who you're voting for, you fucking piece of shit."
Like 100%, it was the complete opposite fucking here. Like, this is the first time that I ever voted in like any type of actual fucking thing where I had to go wait in line and shit. While I was there, fucking like there's two lines. There's the Republican line, there's the Democrat line. No one was in the Democrat line. Yeah. No
we
one
don't
was
have that. We don't
no one
have
was in
that.
the Democrat line, but whenever any like young person would walk up to it, like the entirety of the Republican line would start booing them.
What?
Yeah,
Dude, I'm not kidding. That doesn't even sound legal.
it was fucking weird. I'm like, all right, whatever.
No,
Fuck.
when you vote here, they go. You walk over to a person in front of a computer. You show them your stuff, and they quietly ask you right before they go, "Are you a Democrat or a Republican?" And you tell them. You can say independent. Then they need to know who are you voting for today. Basically, they give you a little credit card. Looks like a little debit card. And then you walk into a room by yourself. There's other people voting, but that's it. And then you vote, and you come back, and so they never like announce it like we got another Democrat over here. Nothing like that's crazy, man.
Well,
And then
Yeah,
you're on
well, I
two
mean, it
separate
wasn't
lines.
announced. It was just straight up. There were two lines. There was you either if you were voting Republican, you have to stand in the Republican line. If you're voting Democrat, you vote in the Democrat line.
wait,
And it was like
fucked up.
very apparent which line was which based off of the number of people standing in it.
hang on.
That
No,
is
was that's for like a regular general election?
Well, that was for the primary.
Okay, well that's
Okay,
different.
that's probably why. Yeah.
That's different. I was gonna say you can't fucking do that. And DB, what you were describing, was that for a general election?
No,
Was it
this is
like whispers to you?
It's the same way. No, yeah, my primary was the same way. So like they just you're on a big ass line. Eventually, you get to a person. You tell them what you are. They give you the card. You vote. You leave. So they don't split you up online. No.
Okay, yeah,
I mean,
that's
either way, that's weird because I don't like it because if you're leaving, you know, someone could be like, "Hey, man, fuck Donald Trump or fuck fucking whoever," you know what I mean? And then you're like, "What?" You know, it's like they kind of know who you're voting for, man. And that's the whole part about voting in a fucking machine. I don't know.
right.
Like you're
Yeah,
supposed to have
that's-
fucking privacy.
That's weird. And then
What if your boss was like on the Democrat line and you're on the Republican line and you never talked about politics before, and that person is fucking like literally a hater, you know, like Fox News, fucking piece of shit, you fucking Republican piece of shit.
And
then
you're
the
going
next
to be
day,
finding a new job is what you're going to be doing.
yeah, the next day you're like, hey, you cut my hours, man. What's going on?
That legitimately seems like voter intimidation, which is not cool. No matter who does it, I've both sides do it, so don't start blaming one or the other.
I think
Both
it's like
sides
Gary
do it
Johnson
depending on
kind of
what
does.
area you're in.
Yeah, I would have. If they asked me, I would have been like, "What? I'm with the Green Party. That means marijuana, right? I'm with the marijuana party."
So
I'm
the
with that,
marijuana
like-
party is libertarians.
I'm with that 420 weed party, yo.
I'm with the organic vegetable party.
What about the my rent is too damn high? There
That
is
guy had a point.
There is a rent is too damn high party, and this dude has run
I'm
for
with-
president like every year for the past like 20 years or some shit.
He's a genius. Yeah, he only ran a couple times, but he's got the.
I thought
He's
that
got a
party's been
point.
around forever.
No, I don't think so. I think he started out in 08.
Oh well, shit!
I
I
got
got
the
my
first
facts
one.
incorrect. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. No, because I remember it started like they asked him like, "Well, what's your platform or whatever?" And the guy was like, "The rent's too damn high," and it was a big joke. He did it at a debate. I think he was running for mayor or some shit of New York,
Did he win?
New York City. No, he didn't win. Unfortunately, he lost.
The rent is too damn high because they are controlling the market, and the supply is much less than the demand.
Honestly,
Unless
I'm
you
completely
want
about
mega
that.
city.
That sounds fucking great. It's like, so what is your stance on education? Well, my stance is the rent is too fucking high, so who gives a shit about children's education?
Yeah, well, why is the rent so high?
Yeah, is the rent high because we're educating these children? Do we need to educate them less? Like, what are you asking?
Has nothing to do with that, man. Everyone knows the rent is high because food stamps. It's all about the food stamps.
I don't know. I look forward to voting this time. Good
I'm
old
voting.
Gary Johnson, and then all my local people, which is one of the things that really bugs me with people that are like, well, it doesn't matter who the president is. Like, fuck it, I'm not going to vote. It's like, you understand, you still get to vote for your judges and your city council and your mayor and your governor.
Yeah,
Like,
we got mayor.
all those people fucking matter. In fact, I would argue they matter more to your personal day-to-day life.
Yep. Absolutely, man.
Those are the same
Then they
people
have
that are
those-
like, well, fuck, the city just raised our property tax and they built a fucking statue in the middle of the park that nobody likes, and that's how come they have more money. And it's like, guess what? You could have voted against that, but you were too stupid to even show up.
Yeah, we got sometimes they'll do those. We don't have public initiative here, like where Bloomberg says stuff and then they do it. They leave it to the people to vote for it. We don't have that, but we do have like government stuff. Like, should we raise the taxes on the tolls to pay for like a new water supply or system or something? Like weird shit, But either way, I always
Right? Yeah, we always have some type of,
tax.
like public referendum or whatever. But you're right, it's not normally like policy stuff. It's, depending how local it is. Sometimes it's statewide. Like there was one, it failed miserably because the guy's an asshole. But they wanted to like change the state constitution to force like anyone who wanted to build like a public thing, like a road or a bridge, specifically a bridge in this case, it would have to go up for a vote of like public opinion before they were allowed to do it. And basically, the guy who was the only person who supported that was the guy who owns the bridge to Canada, because that's a privately owned bridge. He gets to keep all the tolls. Well, the state wants to build another bridge further south of the city, so all the semi trucks that go to Canada won't have to go to downtown Detroit before they cross the border. And it's going to be paid for 100% by Canada, and then they're going to like keep all the money for the tolls to pay back like half of it, and then Michigan and Canada are going to split the revenue 50-50. So Trump says he's going to build a wall and make Mexico pay for it. Well, Michigan's going to build a bridge and make Canada pay for it, and that actually is going to happen. So we're more badass than he is.
I mean, nah, because you're still going out the assumption Trump's not going to make Mexico build the wall, which there's a good chance that he may.
Yeah, but this one's a hell of a lot more going to happen.
Yeah, but one's a lot more grandiose and more interesting than the other. Who gives a fuck
Dude,
about Canada?
Our state's screwing over Canada, so yeah.
Yeah, fuck
I think
Canada.
that counts.
Everyone should screw over Canada. I'm pro fucking Canada.
Even
Not
though,
It's not like they do any good for us.
yeah, and I probably should step back my rhetoric a little bit because the bridge to Canada will help both Michigan and Ontario's economy because you'll have better shipping and all that stuff. So it's not like having another option because there's a like in downtown Detroit there's a bridge and a tunnel. Then if you go further north there's another bridge, and so this would then just be like a fourth option. And if you go all the way up north, obviously there's a bridge up there. But that goes into like the middle of fucking nowhere. Detroit's right across the river from Windsor, which actually has stuff. So what else is new?
Somebody's getting shot every 2 minutes in Chicago. It used to be only somebody got shot every 3 minutes. Just last year. Now it's every 2 minutes.
Do you think that's because Illinois allows concealed carry now? Because they did say there'd be blood in the street.
I don't think so. I think it's related to some other factors.
Probably, but
Certain groups starting to make a lot of noise, getting a little ruckuses going, talking about doing bad things, maybe carrying them out in certain states. All comes back to Chicago.
yeah, I really wish, and I know there's millions of factors to it, but I wish that like crime in Chicago went down over the past year, just so that could be like another final nail in the coffin of like, dude, like carrying helps people do less crime when people carry, but I almost don't like that one because it's not just one factor. Even
Oh,
in the
no.
places that do show that trend, it's not 100% because of that.
So-
but
It's
The
a
other side
cesspool
uses
of
one
poverty, excessive unemployment, and crime gone unchecked.
Oh, that is an article I read the headline for. I didn't read the thing, but it said that whatever, something, black bodies are stacking up in Chicago as like white officers back away or something. So I don't know, are they trying to say that the cops are like stop enforcing crime because they're racist and they want black people to get shot? Like that's why I didn't read the article, because obviously it was going to be some stupid bullshit.
I got a train. There's a spur about 150 feet from my place, and about once a month they park a couple of cars here, train cars, and of course, even though the train's moving at 5 miles an hour, they still insist on blasting the freaking horns. It's like I can feel the air vibrate through the house. That percussion. Can you hear it?
Oh yeah.
Isn't that just for like Train Dude though, and Train Dude's friends who are all like horny over trains?
It only gets louder. And I gotta live here. White people matter too.
Yeah, you should go block the train, like how they block the highways and shit.
That horn's gonna drive me over the edge. I gotta find me a clock tower.
Oh geez, don't say stuff like that.
About the horn?
Yeah.
Peggy is pro horn.
No, I'm anti-clock tower.
Why? You don't want people knowing what time it is?
Dude, everyone has a fucking phone. You don't need clock tower.
Why are you against poverty? People who don't have jobs, who can't afford phones, they need to know what time it is
Those
too.
people don't
You know,
exist.
they get free phones. They're called Obama phones, and they literally are free.
Yeah, and they have nothing to do with Obama, but that's fine.
No, but that's what the program's been nicknamed by the community that uses it in the largest numbers.
I know.
They
It's
say,
also
"Well,
it's
Dano,
also what's
how do you know that? Are you part of that community?" No, I'm not. But I served that community for 6 to 7 years. And this is what they tell me. This is not what I tell them.
Yeah, well, the Obama phones is also used by the critics, because then they can be like, look, Obama's just giving away phones, blah, blah, blah. So it's used by everyone. But really, those phones come from a settlement with the phone company.
Yeah, but not in perpetuity. That means
Well,
forever.
Yeah. It's obviously still going on now, though. So, I don't know how much they like owe or whatever, like how long they have to do it for, but That's another thing why our country's awesome.
And then what cracked me up inside, and of course I wouldn't say anything. Of course, you have to hold your tongue. Is when they would start bitching about when they ran out of minutes, and they say, "Oh, I can't call the so and so back about the job at the car wash because I'm out of minutes." I'm like, well, in my head, I'm thinking, well, if you wouldn't have spent a half hour talking to your girl on the phone last night, maybe you'd have a few minutes left to talk to a possible employer. But that's just me.
Don't be using no logic in here. Come on now.
I mean, the point of the phones was so that they could literally reach out to things like other resources like employers, not to talk to their gal.
Yeah, but if they want to talk to their gal, fine. I'm just with you on don't complain about your life choices.
Right,
Like,
you
if
burn
have
up
a
your
phone
minutes,
like that,
let's
and you
fuck up.
figure, all right, I have however many minutes. I can talk to my family and friends for a certain amount, and the rest I'm gonna not use until next month where I get more in case I need it.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And every phone, whether you have minutes or not, works for 911. You're out of
Yeah,
minutes,
you know,
911,
when you're out,
you will get
when
the
you're out of
popo.
minutes, call 911. Be like, yo, 911, can you connect me to Bob?
Yeah,
I seem to be out of minutes, and I really need to talk to like Francine.
because she's my baby mama.
Because that hoe owes me money.
Now, Moon is saying Bush started the Obama phone program, which may be true. All I know is a certain community gave it that name.
I mean, what's wrong with just saying the black community gave it the nickname the Obama phone?
Well, I don't know what it's called in other areas other than my own.
I mean, it's pretty much the black community everywhere.
But that's not entirely true.
Well, I mean, it's not the Mexican community.
There are Hispanic people that use those free phones.
It's not
There
the
are
Asian
more white people
community.
that use those free phones.
Yeah, but they're not the ones calling it the Obama phones. They're not all like, praise my Lord and Savior Obama. They gave me the phone so I can continue to get the food stamps. Now I can get a hold of my baby. I know that wasn't a black accent. That was a trailer trash accent.
And
Not
I
people
disagree
trailer
with you.
trash
I
now.
think, well, honestly, as of now, I think everyone calls them Obama phones. Like I said, the people that criticize the program use it as an insult, and the people that like the program use it as, you know, like congratulations or I don't know what the right word is, like praising Obama, like, hey, look, he gave out phones, and then the other people use it as a slight against Obama, saying, look, he's giving away free phones, when in reality, none of that's true. It's not coming from government taxpayer money.
I think we need to give out iPhones to everybody. Everyone needs government-funded iPhones.
Why do you hate people?
Because you
Forcing them
can't
to
use
crappy iPhones.
Because you can't use Snapchat on those Obama phones.
Yeah, well, you can't use headphones on the new iPhone, so
Actually, you can.
it doesn't have a jack.
Yeah, it does.
Then why was everyone bitching about it not having a jack?
Because it needed to be bitched about. Now it has a jack.
I see. See, I don't really give a shit about iPhones. I know they come out like once every 2 weeks, and I don't care at all. I'll never have an iPhone, so
I just care to, like, you know.
I just bought into the
Have a good
internet
phone.
meme. That's how I get my tech news. And it was my understanding that the new iPhone doesn't have a headphone jack.
Well, it does now.
Oh man, we got a twofer. Moon and DB joined at the exact same second.
Listen, man. Listen. the fucking iPhone doesn't have a fucking a jack, a 3.5 jack.
It has one port, and then
It
you
has
need
the
to hook
port.
a dongle port thing
Yeah,
up to
the
it.
dongle
It
port
has
has
an
a jack to
adapter
it.
port. Well, good luck finding that when
Yeah.
you're drunk in a
Fuck that.
cab.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, just leave it plugged in at all times. Have your phone looking fucking ugly.
Didn't you
And,
see the
well, if you
commercial?
leave it in,
for
it's gonna break your fucking phone. You ever leave something in your phone or in your computer like a USB drive or something? You
Yeah.
fucking bang into that shit, it'll break your fucking port.
Nah, the ports are sturdy enough. And if it
Did
breaks,
you
just
see
send
the-
it back to the iPhone. Be like, yo, my shit broke. They'll be like, all
Those
right.
new fucking Apple headsets, the Bluetooth headphones,
So fucking
look so
dumb.
fucking stupid. Yeah, you look like a total tard. Total tard.
Totally tarded.
Total
Flipping.
practically
yeah.
tard.
They make it. They have those fucking adapters now that like plug into the phone and plug into, so you can have like it plugged into the wall and plugged into the fucking like headphones at the same fucking time.
The practically retardical.
You know,
Deplorably Down syndromed.
there's nothing more cool than walking down the sidewalk, apparently just talking to yourself.
You know what? Honestly, you have to be a real practically dum-dum to say that person's talking to himself when he's like, oh no, I'll be home around 9, you know, okay, did you want anything from the store? I mean, you're fucking talking to somebody.
Yeah.
No,
Did
when
you
you
see
first
that
hear it,
dude the
you're
other
not
day?
listening
Yeah,
to
I
the
know. It's
words.
crazy.
And where I go on the street, people talk to themselves all the fucking time.
Yeah, but it's not about like, you know, do we need eggs or milk?
I
when I'm in a
think
grocery
that when
store
the
talking to myself-
conversation first starts, because then it's normally like, "Hey, how's it going?" You know, and then you like turn around and be like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And then they look at you weird, like, "Oh, you weren't talking to me." Like, I get you in the middle of the conversation. Okay, they're on the phone, like whatever. But if they just answered the phone call, like, you know, then that's when it's annoying. It's like, is he talking to me? What's up with you? I don't know who the
Well,
fuck you
when
are.
somebody's listening
talking to
the
me?
person on the other line, they're walking down the sidewalk, and then they stand right next to you because they were listening to the other person who you don't know is there, and then all of a sudden they start speaking. You think, oh, you talking to me?
Like, yeah.
Like, so what are you doing tonight?
Oh,
You mean
please.
me?
It's
Sometimes
weird.
like,
and
no,
awkward.
I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone. Don't talk to me. Like when I'm at the store or something, and they're like, so did you find everything okay? I'm like, I'm on the phone. Okay, like the phone. You see? I'm on the phone.
Well,
Hey,
just
just
because
keep-
somebody
just
has
keep
a
pointing to your
device in
ear.
their ear doesn't mean that they're using it.
They're like, this
That's true.
off's on the phone.
Well, that's the
Maybe
point,
me
though.
talking a second ago was a clue. You
They're
know
like,
what I mean?
I think this guy's on the phone.
Yeah, I'm on the phone right now.
How do
I'm on
I
a
get my
chat.
mouse to work?
I'm on a chat right now. We're discussing the best way to ankle carry a fucking Taurus 22 caliber.
Public defender.
Yeah, how to ankle carry a public defender, aka law intern.
The jury.
Yeah, I want the undergrad student.
Yeah, I want the Taurus
The
college
pre-law.
dropout. You know what the Taurus college dropout is?
A high point.
Yep, you guessed it. You knew it. It's by the custom shop.
It's a fancy custom shop too, called Hi Point.
You can send that question into dailygunshow@gmail.com for the tactical pop quiz.
No, I bet. I heard Bob today. He's like, well, he picked the M4 as the gun of the day or something.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure why he picked it.
Oh, I missed the
Well,
end.
that's fun. But then he said, I understand why you guys want to use that caliber that's made to injure people.
It's a gopher round.
It's only meant to, the whole point of the rifle round was to injure somebody so that more people would carry that injured person, and then you injure more people carrying those people. Then it goes like a chain reaction of injuries.
I think that was just a side effect that worked to our advantage, but
I think
enough injuries.
I read that was complete bullshit. Like Stoner and those people, like the people who were behind all of it, I think that was completely bullshit. what they wanted was lightweight, and they wanted a lot of rounds.
So you can
Well,
carry
they-
more ammo.
Yeah, they wanted you to have more ammo, and then yeah.
Well, especially because most of the shooting like doesn't connect with a target.
Mm.
You know, like that was especially back then. Like suppressive fire is all the rage, and they're
Mhm.
like, dude, if you're gonna fucking waste like 98% of your bullets, why not have them just be little tiny whatevers?
But this go round in Iraqi freedom and Afghanistan, their hit ratio is like they don't do a lot of suppressive fire.
Yeah, well, the battlefield has changed from what it used to be.
Oh yeah, now we have aim points.
Now we're
Well, we're fighting different types of enemies too. I mean, it's like it went from
Are
back
you
in the
saying-
day where you all stood in a line and faced each other,
What if
and
you
then
got the
people.
Viet Cong versus the Taliban? Who would win?
Taliban.
I don't know. Viet Cong?
Shit.
Who's
Yeah,
on the home
it's a
turf?
hard one.
Yeah, it sounds like you predator.
Which
If you
one of
put
these dirty
anybody
mother-
there,
They got to go to neutral territory. Like,
Yeah, which one of
Well,
these dirty
mountain.
motherfuckers tunneled first is what it comes down to.
alien versus predator.
Whoever starts the tunneling first wins.
there should be like a new celebrity death match, but
I'm pretty sure they both use their sights equally as little. If that makes sense.
I know Africa would lose because they don't use their sights at all. They're the ones that raise it up over their head and just shoot while they're dancing around.
Clack, clack, clack over their dome.
Yeah, that's why everybody in Liberia has sandbags around their house from stray bullets.
Yeah, there's this documentary on
Oh,
YouTube about like mercenaries mercenaries in Africa who are training the local like park people to defend rhinos and shit. It's interesting to watch because like everyone has to bring their own AK from home.
Yeah, I think
like-
they,
Half of them don't even have front sight posts or like rear
What
sight
do they
posts.
cut them off?
No, they just fell off and they're like, "Fuck it, I don't need them anyways."
yeah, they're like old shitty AKs.
This is like Rob Pincus's fucking rifle class or something like that.
Yeah, they all listen to
Unsighted
that. And
fire.
they're like, "Pff, we're never going to use these sights in like a gunfight. Just chop them off. Less drag." Like one of the
ISIS
one of the
unsighted fire
AKs,
school.
dude. One of the
They should
AKs
be.
was like really funny. It had a stick, like a stick, tied to the front sight post.
That's
So
sweet.
like that was their shooting sight.
Nice.
It's like 50 MOA.
I would have at least used a toothpick.
Yeah, come on.
I mean,
He's probably
yeah,
like, this
worse
rifle's
something
shooting.
than nothing.
Like it was a British guy too, who was like the mercenary that was purchased to basically train these people, and he was like, "Yeah, half these people I'm having to send home because their guns aren't functioning well enough to even train with, and they don't have another gun. We can't afford to give them guns, and they don't have another gun to bring, so they're just getting sent home immediately before they even get to try out."
They don't even say like, hey, look, get an IO.
Yeah, no, it's literally they show up like, "Nah, go home." You don't even have shoes. You don't have shoes. You don't have like your magazine isn't even a magazine. It's just like 3 sticks duct taped together. Go home.
What that does illustrate is something that I try to get people to understand, and most people do when I explain it to them, the difference between African poor and American poor.
Mm.
American poor, we got cars, we got cell phones, we got a roof over our head, we got heating, most likely also air conditioning. We got all sorts of things. African poor, you don't have any of that.
Well, that's what I was gonna bring up when we were talking the whole Obama phone thing. Is that like our poor, our low income families are still better than like 60% of the world's like middle class.
I think poor kids from anywhere always look happy. In every picture, they're smiling. There's like a meme of a little African kid playing with a rock shaped like a camera. And he's like having the time of his life while like some little girl, spoiled little American girl, is all pissed off because she couldn't get the new whatever.
rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
No, they play actual rock, paper, scissors, but they don't. They can't
Like
afford
think
scissors.
about how much you need, and then
Play rock, paper, stick.
think about if your kids are really missing out, or are they just missing out on everything the kids around them are getting.
Well,
I mean, just because someone somewhere else has a shitty life doesn't mean you have to force your children to have a shitty life.
No one's saying that.
Like, if you have the means to
Fucking
afford
talking
these
about-
things for your kids,
I'm not.
Fine.
I'm not saying force your kid to be. I'm saying teach them to be appreciative, at least, of the shit that you're giving them.
Well, and that's the
It's-
thing. Like when I was a kid, you know, sure, I had
you're given-
plenty of toys and whatnot, but I would still be that type of person that if I'm outside playing with my friends, like you end up kind of picking up a stick, and now that turned into your rifle, and now you're running around the yard pointing sticks at each other. Like you didn't need to have toys to like still play whatever game you were trying to play.
Oh, you had toys? Okay,
Kids
you're
still-
lucky.
Kids still do that nowadays.
Well,
it doesn't matter. They haven't like taken our children's imaginations away. They still do that same shit.
not
we
as much,
ate the
dude.
toys.
Not as
I'm not
much.
saying they do it like as much, but if the kids are going outside and playing, they're doing that shit.
yeah, like if your kids go outside and play, they're going to find shit to play with.
Well,
Oh, you guys had outside to play? You guys were lucky.
well, let's just say this.
We didn't have an outside.
I thought I invented a game as a child, and I heard this was like in my 20s or something. I heard this comedian talking about it, and he goes, "We used to play this game. It was called The Floor is Lava." Well, guess what, motherfucker? That game's called You're Poor.
That's everybody.
I
But
mean,
I,
that's lame.
It's
I
called
used to
boredom.
play The Floor
You
is
don't have to
Lava.
be
I thought I
poor.
invented it. Like I didn't know
Dude.
other people played it.
You don't have
That
to be
game is
poor to
not
play
called
that game.
poor. I didn't grow up poor, and I sure as fuck played the ground's lava.
Oh yeah, it was like I have an imagination, and I don't feel like playing with any of my shitty toys anymore.
Yeah, I want to
Well,
fucking
go
play
yell
with
at
the
Chris Rock,
couch.
'cause I'm pretty sure it was him that said it. But yeah,
I used to pretend I wasn't poor when I was a kid.
But anyways, you were saying like the kids' imagination and whatnot. So my mom has worked with little kids. She actually this is her first year retired. So for like a long ass time, she used to do preschool, then young fives, whatever. But like she's these last few years, and this is anecdotal, sure, but like they would go outside to play, and the kids would like stand around, or they would come up and ask her like, "What am I supposed to do?" And she's like, "Go play outside." And they're like, "Yeah, but like they need like an activity, like they need an organized thing. They need some type of thing to do. They can't just like run around and climb trees or whatever like we used to. They don't know what to do." And I think it's because of the way like parents will just get their kid an iPad or whatever and say, "Here, go play with this," and just ignore them for a while. I really do think
it's
it's a
also
societal
TV.
thing.
It's
I
TV.
think it's 100% Common Core math is like what's causing this.
I don't know.
No, we're talking about 4 and 5-year-olds, dude. They're
Yeah,
not
that's what I'm
doing
saying.
math yet.
It's
they're
the
doing
TV
enough
food. I mean, it's not like the TV is something new, man.
No, I'm saying that if the kids on TV are all not doing anything, but they're gonna say, "Oh, they're the cool kids on TV. I'm gonna do what they do."
Well, the kids on TV are like hanging out with 11 and they're going on adventures. So she's bleeding out of her nose. She's moving shit, you know, stuff is crazy. Your friend's in the upside down talking to his mom with the Christmas lights.
What in the unholy fuck are you talking about?
Oh shit! I'm talking about like Disney Channel, where they try to portray the reality of children. I
No, I
guess.
understand that. I mean, like, what the
God.
fuck is the TV that DB's watching?
No, Stranger Things, man. You didn't see
Oh
it.
no, I haven't seen Stranger Things yet. That's why I'm just like, what the fuck?
There's gonna be a season 2.
I'll watch it at some point. I just don't want to watch it by myself because I'm lame.
Is that Luke Cage already on?
No,
it comes
and,
out this month, doesn't it?
no, September 30th.
Okay.
So very, very soon, guys.
I know. Soon we can watch the shitty spin-off to Jessica Jones.
I think it's gonna
Oh,
be better than Jessica
The
Jones.
shitty spin-off to
Yeah.
fucking
Luke
Daredevil.
Cage is going to be about, like, you know, they travel back in time to bring Hitler to trial, but he keeps escaping. So they don't want to kill him though, because they want him to go to trial. So he keeps escaping and then killing more and more innocent people and causing war.
Hitler's just running around stabbing Jews.
So he's not.
Yeah, I mean,
He's not in
no,
Hell's
it's
Kitchen.
not that.
He's in
No,
Harlem.
it is.
From
Well,
all
I
the
don't know.
previews I
Wait,
saw, they
Hitler's
were
in Harlem?
I thought he was in I thought he was in Hell's Kitchen.
That's
Luke
what I
Cage?
thought.
Nah, Luke Cage was in
Yeah.
Harlem, wasn't he?
Uh,
Oh,
That
she
was
went to his bar. His bar was like right around the
bar
corner.
was Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not going to be at his bar. He's going to be running
Didn't he
around
live
being
in
the
his
hero of
bar?
Harlem.
Didn't he live upstairs?
Didn't his bar burn down?
I don't know.
That's a good point.
Where was he staying after his bar burnt down?
With Jessica Jones?
But
With
now
the
it's like
Wu-Tang.
him and Rosario Dawson in Harlem from the preview.
Oh my God. Jesus.
Well, I mean, like,
horrible.
wasn't Luke Cage a Harlem superhero? Like, wasn't that part of the whole? I would call it a racist. I don't give a fuck.
No, that was this guy P Diddy.
Well, no, like, wasn't his whole thing like he's the black hero of Harlem or whatever?
Yeah. He ain't no Wesley Snipes in New Jack City. You know, that was a real Harlem hero.
Yeah, you see what he turned them projects around.
Nino Brown. He
Nino
took
Brown.
over the
Rockabye,
building.
baby.
What was the
He was the
building in New
Rockabye
Jack
baby.
City?
Put a bullet in your head. What? The titties?
So what was
the titty
what
building?
was the building they took over? They're like,
I forget.
it's like took over the Washington or something like that.
Yeah, I forget the name of it.
Anyway, sorry guys. But no, I was just referring to how stupid Jessica Jones was. That guy, Mr. Purple or whatever, was so fucking dangerous, and they had a chance to kill him over and over and over again. And all they cared about was like, no, we gotta bring him in alive. Like, no, you don't. You gotta kill this fucking guy. Like now, with a gun.
I mean, I love how they even bring up the fucking point. They're like, how are they go? All right, say we bring him in. Say magic fucking happens and we're able to try him. How the fuck are we going to get a jury to try him if he can control their mind?
Oh, right.
Even then, she's
No,
like,
you know what it was?
"Find a
No, they
way."
want, yeah. That makes no sense, right? The other thing was they wanted him to confess on camera to get the girl off.
Yeah,
And then the
it's-
girl killed herself anyway or something like that.
Yeah, the girl's like, you're actually being a fucking retard. Here, I'm going to kill myself to make it easier on you.
Yeah, that was when that show was. Because the show was really good up until that, like, how stupid it was. Like, if he escapes one more time because you don't want to kill him, you know, we got a problem.
Well, and that's what was different from the comics was how, like, it was all just about him. Where it, like, because the comic run, it was only, like 18 issues or something. Purple Man was only in like 4 or 5, and then he came back for like a couple more.
I mean,
But,
he was
like-
all the one. If I remember correctly, the ones he was only in was like fucking flashback comics of like her relationship with him in the first place.
Yeah,
that was about
and
it.
the covers were by stupid motherfucking worst goddamn fucking cover artist in the world, David Mack. Fuck that motherfucker. He sucks. I hate him. Anyways, yeah,
Who's
he's only
that?
in 2
Why do you hate this guy so much?
because his fucking artwork is horrible and sucks, and he ruined Daredevil covers, and he ruined Alias's covers.
Oh, well, that's
And-
easy. He's a commie.
He's fucking bullshit. I hate him.
The
Just so
commie
stupid.
said the commie said to ruin our art, to make it shitty, and to call it art.
It all looks like fucking like watercolors that a fucking Down syndromed retarded 3-year-old drew.
Yep, that's it. He's a commie.
He fucking
Smeggy,
sucks.
not to like pick away at your argument or anything, but Down syndrome is a form of retardation.
Well, they got
So-
double. They got something else too. That's what he.
So
he's
it
got
would be
double.
redundant to call him a retarded Down syndrome dude.
No, it wouldn't, because he has one type of mental illness and he also has Down syndrome.
Retardation is a form, like Down syndrome is a form of retardation.
Listen,
Now, if
it's
you were
like-
to say he had if he were to say he was Down syndrome ridden and had fucking autism, that would be 2 forms of retardation, mental retardation. But retard
Nah,
isn't
man.
just
Down
like
syndrome.
its whole thing.
Down syndrome. You have an extra chromosome. Mental retardation. You have the same amount of chromosomes.
Yeah, but it's still like a form of retardation. Because retardation only means slow. So
Yeah.
it's just like, it's just a big brush.
My point was he's double. He has like if he didn't have Down syndrome, he would still have that. He would still have the learning disability, but then he also happens to have Down syndrome because he's stupid and I hate him.
The fucking fire is like what's like
So
making me laugh here.
Down
Just fucking rage.
Down syndrome is politically incorrect, and but retard is okay.
I mean, retardation isn't okay anymore either. That's another thing. People are like, that's mean. That's, you can't call people that.
I bought this beef jerky that says it has one of them little packets in it to keep it fresh, and it said that was in there to retard the from going bad.
Yeah, to slow the flavor. Or to
Yeah,
slow it from going bad. Yeah.
They said it on the back. It was like retard. I was like, oh, right. It was fun. I can't find the name of the projects from New Jack City.
Well,
It's great though, because eventually there's gonna be Moms Demand Action Care. I'd be like, you need to take those packages out of the beef jerky.
It was like, what the fuck was it called? It was.
We're not about retard packages.
Well, I have to say, like, South Park does a really good version of this, but basically the idea is, like, everyone says, like, you shouldn't use that word, like, when you're describing something else, like, oh man, I went to the store, it was retarded. And they're like, you're making fun of, mentally handicapped people. It's like, no, that word now means something. Like, it means it was just, like, annoying or stupid or whatever. And South Park did that with faggot. Because there was a bunch of Harley riders like, oh, look at these faggots. And they're like, why are you making fun of gay people? They're like, what? We're not. Like, we like gay people. And they're like, that's what that word means. Like, no, it doesn't. It means someone who's super annoying.
Well, the point behind that word too is that initially it's always been used as an insult for the lower class. By definition, a faggot is someone in the beginning who bundled sticks, which is low class. It has always kind of meant that, even when like it was referring to the gays back in the day, because gays were viewed as a lower class of person.
Oh, really? See, I thought it was just a regular old noun at first, because
faggot was always like meant to be a derogatory insult for lower class.
Because the dictionary definition is a bundle of sticks. So I guess you're saying it's because poor people would have bundles of sticks, therefore...
Well, they would have to bundle sticks as like a job kind of thing, and it was like a form of lower class.
A faggot carrier?
Yeah.
Faggot hauler?
Like, fag is still like considered to be a stick.
I thought that was a cigarette. Which one's a cigarette?
A cigarette is a fag.
So that's just the stick.
It's the reason it's called a fag is because fag was like
a stick.
What, an old English for stick or something like that?
Yeah.
So it's basically just like a fucking slang on it being like a stick.
Yep.
I just call them cancer sticks.
So why did it get put onto the gay community?
Because they were viewed as a lower class of
class.
Yeah, it's the low class thing. It's just faggot is a derogatory insult for someone who you view as lower class.
I heard you explain this before. It's like you really did your faggot research.
I did. I like to be well informed on fucking shit I'm going to be calling people.
Yeah. Growing up, you could just call anybody. You weren't really like fucking dressing up, putting the mask on, and going gay bashing later. You would call your best friend a faggot.
Yeah.
It's just, man, I don't know why we always get into these language type conversations, but it always brings it up, man. You control the words people use to think. You control the way they think. It's a powerful thing, and for gun rights and stuff, I think we've learned that game. We're trying it, but I don't know. The other side,
the meaning of words is changing the meaning of words a good thing just because it's a politically incorrect word or a bad word.
changing the meanings of words is going to happen regardless, just as time goes
think
on and the
through
word itself
slang,
evolves.
I think slang will always be a thing and change the meaning of some words. But
Well, that's what
Yeah,
happens.
context.
A word becomes like a slang. Like someone uses it out of context as like a slang. It gets like cool, like
I feel
cool,
like I'm
hot,
in
and that shit.
language. I feel like I'm in language class.
Well, it's very
Yeah.
interesting. I'm
It is.
interested in the topic.
Well, that's the thing though. Slang like dictates the evolution of our language. So based off of slang, it changes the definitions of things, which then
but
changes
sometimes
the way the word works in context.
But isn't it? It's always good to know the origin of a word, down to like its Latin roots. Nowadays,
Well, that goes to two separate schools of thought. Like, it goes to if you really actually honestly give a shit about, like, where stuff came from, how it got there, and all that. But, like, in today, going to use faggot again, because it's great. In today's language, faggot being the derogatory insult for a homo, it's now, regardless of how you're going to use it, in, like, any type of situation, it's still going to be considered by the majority based off of the slang that it's a derogatory insult of a homo, despite that isn't where the origin of the word came from. So the origin itself doesn't really even matter anymore because it's now going to have the new context behind it, and you're going to have the consequences for using it now with the new context. It doesn't matter if you're referring to like even the oldest English term where you're like, "Yo,
it's not
I got to
gonna
get this
change.
Faggot."
Knowing the origin,
I'm going camping. I need a couple faggots to come with me.
No, knowing the origin of it's not going to change how it's used today, but just knowing just knowing stuff is better, I think.
And because knowledge is
That's
half,
the battle. Yeah.
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Jinx. Now the panda owes me a Coke.
Yeah.
GI hot bitch who throws fucking spears. Wasn't that Jinx? Who the fuck was that?
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
G.I. Joe. There was that hot bitch. It wasn't Lady. No, it was. It was Lady J.
Oh yeah.
She was fucking whipping spears, and then there was Scarlet, who I don't remember what the fuck she did. I guess made dinner. Clean the G.I. Joe suits. Did the G.I. Joe laundry.
Yeah. Well, yep. They knew their place back then.
Yeah. As all women should.
So I'm really upset with the direction that Through the Wormhole has gone. You guys ever watch that show?
Is it still Morgan Freeman or is it that?
Yeah. No, it's Morgan Freeman.
Okay.
So the first season, or maybe they've had a couple already, but it was all about like space and black holes and quantum physics and like really cutting edge like science stuff. I've been seeing the commercials here. They're doing one on like gender identity. They're doing one about
well, hopefully they scientifically debunk that shit.
I don't think so.
Oh, they're
But
not
anyways,
going to.
and-
They're actually
and-
going to play. They're not. They're going to play deeper into it.
No,
yeah,
I
they're going super liberal because here's the other one that I
gotta
want
watch
to fucking talk about.
it.
So the other one is gun violence a disease?
No.
And the little tagline they keep showing is like a dude holding a gun or whatever, and it's like, in reality, is the trigger actually pulling the finger? And I'm like, no, it's not. Someone has made a mental decision to move the muscles in their hand to pull a trigger.
All right, I'm gonna watch this because I know that Morgan Freeman is against both of those things, and if he's not, then fuck him.
Well, I don't know. I've only been seeing the commercials. I don't know if the things have started
Dude,
yet.
he's like my hero when it comes to. He's like, well, there shouldn't be a Black History Month.
Moon's like, there's a big poster of Morgan Freeman that hangs over my bed, so I can stare at it while I'm in bed.
Yeah.
I can't have Morgan Freeman being anti-gun.
Well, it alternates.
I won't allow
it's
it.
Like it's a cube of posters that alternate between my man heroes.
Okay, so here's the description of it. There's going to be a show on at 7. I don't know if this was aired on the 6th. So maybe the new season just started. Anyway, so the title of the thing is Privacy Dead? And I saw the commercials on that. It's talking about like the NSA and like how ad companies know
Gun
all the
control,
shit you go
good.
to, whatever. Great.
Invasion of privacy.
The definition of like the show is scientists whose research seek to answer how the universe works through astrobiology, string theory, quantum mechanics, and astrophysics are examined. What the fuck does that have to do with the NSA?
What the fuck does string theory have anything to do with guns? I mean, I guess maybe if you have a theory that you can tie a string around the trigger.
Nothing, because string theory hasn't been proven, and it's getting less and less probable as the more we learn about quantum mechanics. But either way,
Excuse me.
It's getting repeatedly shit on, but whatever.
I mean, it could still be right, but it's like
None of that shit is in the wormhole. What is it? It's
well,
all
a wormhole has never been proven either. A
I'm just
wormhole
saying.
is just theoretical.
I'm just saying the theme of the show is always physics and science, quantum mechanics.
Right. That was my point about black holes and quantum mechanics and physics and
But what
all
does
that kind of
all
shit.
this political or social shit have to do with the fucking wormhole?
Absolutely nothing. That's why I'm pissed.
That's why I'm writing letters.
Yeah.
That's why Morgan Freeman's about to get a fucking angry, firmly written letter.
Christ, I'm gonna write on his Facebook page right now if I'm able to.
Morgan Freeman, why are you being an anti-gun cuckold?
Well, that's the thing. I'm gonna at least wait until I see the gun episode before I be outraged by that. But guessing from the commercial is that because it's just a question: is gun violence a disease? My guess is they're going to say yes, like it's somehow contagious or something. Like that's why I don't get when all these people talk about that shit. Like it should be studied by the CDC or the different like.
It is
No,
studied
dude.
by the CDC.
I know, but they say there should be more things, and how the government basically was stopped from doing some of that research because it's all just a front for gun control, anyways. And my whole point is, I want to know how the fuck you cure leprosy, not Jim Bob down the street is poor, so he robbed a liquor store. That's
Cure
not a
leprosy
disease.
with money. Same way you cure gun violence is with money. In societies that have money, leprosy doesn't exist anymore.
Well, then how come there were 2 cases in California that just popped up?
There are plenty of homeless people in California is like more than the rest of the United States.
Well, are the people that have leprosy in California from homeless people?
I guess they must have been bitten by a radioactive homeless man.
I'm just wondering if it's the damn armadillos again, because armadillos carry leprosy.
No, they carry adorable. That's what they carry.
Adorable that eats your flesh.
I don't give a shit. Dude, armadillos are adorable. They're like little fucking triceratopses waddling about.
Well, I don't know about triceratops. They look more like ankylosauruses to me, but
I mean, like the way they walk, they're neat. They're neat little critters.
Oh, and I like them. Like I said, fucking ankylosaurus is my favorite dinosaur, and they're kind of like that. And actually,
Look, motherfucker, what I'm trying to say is I'm pro armadillo. All right,
I am too, but you can't deny the fact they carry leprosy. That's all I'm saying.
I can and will.
Well, then you're just defying reality.
And this is a new concept. How?
That's true. You don't live in a rational world.
None of us live in a rational world. We defy reality all the time. At one point, it was reality that man cannot fly. Now reality has changed.
Right. And people can accept once it changes. But the reality is that armadillos have leprosy. And if you cure them all of leprosy, well, if they don't have it, they carry it. And if you somehow get rid of all of it, then I would agree that, okay, they don't have it. But as of right now, they do.
You're just being racist against armadillos.
I'm not. I like armadillos. still be pro something and point out one negative aspect of it.
Never mind. Morgan Freeman narrated a Clinton campaign ad. So
Well,
he
there
can't
you
be
go.
trusted.
You're
Can't be trusted anymore.
in Moon's reality. Morgan Freeman was a hero. Now he's a dickhead.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Now Morgan Freeman is getting removed off of his fucking ceiling.
I'm taking my posters down.
Fuck you, Morgan Freeman, you anti-gun cunt.
Looks like I got a bathtub to warm up with fiery Morgan Freeman posters.
He's still a sexy beast.
Oh, he isn't.
That's right.
I-
Morgan Freeman will still always be God to me.
Well, Stacey.
At the danger of
Still got
sounding
some-
racist, I just don't see like black people as attractive. I don't know why.
No, because you're racist.
Like, black women aren't attractive.
Or
so
you're
it's just
prejudiced.
I don't have any animosity
think so.
towards the black.
Yeah, I don't
just
think that is.
don't find them attractive.
Or you're gay?
Because I don't find black women attractive.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd fuck the shit out of an Asian girl. Those things are fucking hot.
What about Rihanna?
No. She has like no
What
tits and she
about-
always has like weird hair.
What about I can't remember her name. She was like
What, Beyonce?
no, a famous supermodel, but I can't remember her name, so forget about it.
Yeah, I just don't like them. Like, they tend to have just
What about the
not
chick,
attractive looks.
the chick from
They also tend to have a certain attitude about them that also I find incredibly unattractive.
the chick from The Losers? Have you seen The Losers?
I have not. I own it. I've just never sat down to watch it.
That's a good movie. Anyway, what else was she in? She was in that movie, that Marvel movie with the space. Everything was in space with the fucking
Oh, that was her?
thing. She was green.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gamora?
Yeah.
Dude, that's the other thing, though. Like, her in green face, I'm all right with that. She is, like, I'm fine. She's, like, good looking now. But then, like, as soon as she goes back to being in blackface, I'm like, no, take it away from me.
Halle
I want
Berry.
no part of that. Nah, I'd never really found Halle Berry attractive.
Oh, there's so many hot ones out there.
Not even her scene in Swordfish.
What, where she's fucking sucking Hugh Jackman's dick?
Well, I was gonna say where she's sitting by the pool topless, but
No, that wasn't her blowing Hugh Jackman.
Oh, thought she was sucking off Hugh Jackman.
No, that was some other girl. Well, he had to like figure out the code.
Yeah.
And he had to
I remember
compose
watching that scene with like my friend and her mom. And it was just funny because her fucking mom's like, I don't understand. Why does he just fucking come in her mouth and then just do the code? Why is it like just taking him so long just to like be a weirdo about it?
because he's a weirdo.
And it's like, let's just, you know.
well, it was still only like a
You see the
minute
guy
or
in
something. I
public?
mean, shit.
I don't know what you're saying about your boyfriends, but like, you know, you power through that shit. You don't just like spadoodle after like someone touches your wee wee once.
I don't know. You're probably nervous and can't even get it up at that point.
Yeah, I mean, he had a gun to his head too. Like, I
The
think I
chick's
would
down
be
there,
like,
with a limp noodle in her mouth.
Nah, 100%. I could fucking get hard at that point of having a gun to my head. Dude, I fucked girls before that was like I needed to get through it quickly because their dad was going to fucking get home and then actually kill me.
But yeah, it's not that hard when you're in your 20s.
like, whatever. Whip out a tit. Let's fucking get going here.
Morgan Freeman cannot be trusted.
Yeah, who knew God was anti-gun?
This son of a bitch.
Depends on who's God. My God is super pro gun.
Oh, Morgan Freeman, dude. He was in that movie, and like that's all I can see now when I see him.
He was in those movies. There are 2 of them.
Well, there you go.
I picture like all of his movies mashed together into one super Morgan Freeman, because I can't really remember him from a single movie, or I don't envision him from a single movie. I guess maybe Lean on Me comes to mind. There's Joe Clark, the principal.
I still really like him in fucking.
Oh, you can call me Batman because he got a baseball bat.
Fucking what was that shitty movie? Wanted. Fuck the code.
Yeah,
Shoot that motherfucker.
That was a bad movie.
That was terrible.
It's like, all right, you don't need to make Morgan Freeman curse. You ruined him.
Like the fucking point of what's his face? Fucking Ron Jeremy. Wasn't Ron Jeremy in that movie as like a dude who liked meat cleavers?
I don't know. I only saw that movie once, I think. They didn't even. They could have gone the whole movie with that fucking curving stupid bullets. Like the guy, they were just could have been good at marksmanship and shit. That guy was flipping over in his car and then shot the other guy through the sunroofs. You didn't need to curve a bullet for that awesomeness.
Yeah, I need to fucking order a replacement cable for my Sennheisers. And I did earlier this week, and they sent me one, but it was the wrong fucking cable.
Bummer.
Yeah, like it pisses me off because I can't. I guess I just have to call up the company and be like, "Yo, do you just fucking sell these?" Because I'm on Amazon right now and I can't find it.
Panicky Democrats are now claiming VP nominee Tim Kaine is ready to step in and become president if need be.
Well, see, I heard a thing. The Democratic caucus is thinking about calling like a emergency meeting, and the insiders all say that they would go with Joe Biden if she can't, like if she's unhealthy to run.
Yeah, I heard 3 different things. The third one being the one I just said, and then the first one being that whoever got the most votes during the primaries, or the second most votes in the primaries, that would be Bernie Sanders. So I don't know what to believe.
Nah, the DNC is never going to pick Bernie. They didn't like him from the beginning, so.
I'm just saying, I've heard 3 different things, so I don't know which one is right.
Well, and then the other possibility of, okay, she's just sick, like, whatever, she's still going to run. Like, I don't know. I guess I don't buy into all, like, the, like, super crazy, oh my God, she has terminal illnesses and whatever. Like,
she's got a body double, and you know that.
I don't buy that one either.
But Bill Maher, I'd vote for a dead Hillary over Trump. You're an idiot. Stay deplorable, my friends, with the greatest guy on earth or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay. Bill Maher's just a fag, anyways.
He used to be good. He used to be
Bill
like
Maher
a
was fucking
libertarian.
never good.
He's pro gun.
No, he
Kinda.
isn't.
Not pro gun. He's
Super anti-gun.
He says he owned a Spest 12 and would shoot a motherfucker if they broke into his house.
Yeah, so that's pro gunish.
Yeah, but he also says the Second Amendment should be abolished, so I don't think that's pro gun at all.
Right. Yeah, no, he basically was like, I don't think there should be guns, but as long as other people have them, I'm going to have one too. So he's at least practical.
Yeah,
Dude, he's a piece of shit. Fuck him.
he is now.
The fuck do I need UNP console cables?
Is it me, or do all the Democrats look the same? Like they all have that Schmiegel kind of look to them.
That's, years of being...
Evil, right?
Yeah, it just does that. I mean, look at the Emperor from Star Wars.
Well, shit, there's a basket of them. They all look like Schmiegels.
That dude just hit his guide in the face with a fishing rod.
That's fun.
Yeah. So this is, I don't know. This is like a cheap ripoff of River Monsters. Have you seen that show, River Monsters?
Nope.
Oh, this dude goes around the world and catches like,
Herpes?
well, maybe, I don't know. But no, he like catches fish that have either like attacked locals or like there's like some kind of legend about them. And anyways, this show is called like Monster Fish, and he catches like the fish with like the really like pointy teeth and like crazy looking ones, and it's basically all the same things the other dude's caught before. And this guy's a little more of a tool. Like the other one seems okay. This guy looks like a dork.
Dude, anyone who goes around the world catching fish is a tool.
No, dude, the other guy's like cool and like down to earth and stuff.
Hillary calls out Milo and a cartoon frog as sinister forces in Trump campaign.
What? Who's the cartoon frog?
I don't know. I have no fucking clue.
Okay, I think I might have just found the correct cable, so I bought another set of cables.
Pepe the Frog? Does he have like a YouTube channel or something?
Pepe's like a meme.
Okay.
Si, senor. It's a me, Pepe.
It's a sinister force.
He's evil.
Belongs in
The frogs are evil, I tell you.
Put it in the basket.
This I tell you.
It puts the deplorable in the basket.
I'm not deplorable. I was born here. I think that's a good one.
Democrat's
Oh.
#1 goal for
Right
20.
now,
It's absolutely terrifying.
this I tell you. DSG is selling a pack of 10 Magpul 30-rounder magazines for $89.
But I already have their patch.
$89 shipped.
Wow, that's a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to get tomorrow. That or
Save 10% from Midway USA on H&K magazines. It's like everyone's on the magazine. We gotta get rid of these kick.
What's this? This offer expires Wednesday at the
Show me
graduation.
what's a good deal on tomorrow for what the fuck? Palmetto State.
They don't have any good deals up for tomorrow.
Like, aren't they repeating deals every day?
Well, there's a new one that just popped up today that I saw for the first time, which is 500 rounds of American Eagle 223 and 10 Magpul magazines for $230.
That's a good deal.
Yeah. Which
Yeah,
may
you
already
can
be
get-
sold
you
out.
can get 10 Magpul mags for $89 now, though. So then that makes that ammo really expensive.
Not really. Because let's look here.
Ammo
Typically,
is like 200 retail, and then online you could probably find it for like 180 at the cheapest.
that ammunition is around 40 cent or 31 cents a round,
Yeah, that's like normal.
typically. So let's see here.
And the PMags would be like 10 for 30 or 10 for 50, or even 10 for free.
I mean, yeah, if the P mags are like $10 each, that ammo is like 26 cents a round.
That's good.
Yeah, that's
But knowing that you can get
$155.
mags for $90, then that makes it ammo's a little more expensive.
Is it $155?
Actually, it's
for the
more
ammo?
expensive because for $90, it's 100 for based off of my calculations. Minus $90. It's $155 for 500 rounds of American Eagle 223, and that's at 31 cents a round. The magazines by themselves typically sell for about 120. With that deal that's going on right now for about $90, I'm going to say. Comes out to be about $245. So you're still like fucking 20, or you're still like $10, $15 more buying those two separately than if that bundled thing. That bundled thing is actually pretty good.
I see the 500 round boxes of the American Eagle 223. Is it the AR 223, the black box?
Yeah, it's the black box AR 223.
They're like 210 on
210.
boards on SG.
That's for 500 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
so,
crazy, dude. 42
that's-
cents a round is fucking insane.
Yeah, so that makes that deal even better.
No, it makes the SG ammo deal suck.
SG ammo.
The bulk ammo for bulk ammo, even though it's out of stock, it was $179.
Yeah, SG ammo is pretty good on their ammo prices in comparison to everywhere else. I don't really typically see, unless it's like a specific sale, SG ammo being beaten.
Well, and yeah, I think they do have good deals. I'm just saying 42 cents a round for 223 is expensive.
Yes.
So that box for 500 for 210, that's 42 cents a round. That's not a good deal.
I like the 1,000 rounds of PMC for $324.
Oh, with the $324.
That bulk ammo.
Yeah.
I just need more 223 or 556 before Hillary becomes the queen.
I don't know what I need more of. I haven't
like
bought
to
9mm in a while, but I don't shoot it as much. Since I got the rifles, I'll shoot like 100 rounds with my handgun and then spend the rest of the afternoon shooting my rifles.
I had to spread out my 9mm so that it doesn't fall through the floor to the downstairs. So I think I'll make it. With 9mm and 7.62 by 39, I think I'll make it.
I mean,
I like to shoot AR a lot more now that I have two good ones. So
Yeah, I mean, I can use more ammo, like any of them, but I don't know. I'm not in the same boat of like needing tons and tons of ammo. Like as long as I have 1,000 rounds, like that's like my lower limit of oh shit, I really need to buy more. I don't like to go below that. But basically, if I have a couple thousand rounds, I'm happy, like of each type. So, and I know I might be in the minority on some of these gun channel people that like their minimum's 20,000 rounds or something, but I don't keep that much on hand.
I just spent the better half of 2015 buying ammo, but I didn't buy a lot of 5.56 or 223. I focused on 9mm and 7.62. A little too much, maybe.
Yeah, I guess I kind of want some
because there was no better
some
time.
brass 7.62. I don't have any of that. I have all steel. So I need to look into finding some brass.
PPU has it and Winchester has it. They're expensive. I don't know who has it for cheap. I think one of those Russian or Eastern European companies has it, I think. Like Golden Bear or something. Isn't that brass? I don't know. Golden Tiger. I don't have any of that shit. I just buy the white box Wolf or whatever, whoever imported that shit.
Well, I have Tula and Wolf.
Yeah, and Tula. But I started out with Tula. I started out getting cases of Tula locally for like $230, $240 a couple years ago. And then when I started ordering online, I would just, whenever I found 200 for 1,000 rounds of 7.62, I would buy it 200 free shipping. As long as it was under 230, I usually bought it. And same with 9mm. Last year was the best time to buy 9mm. Everything was $10
or less. I mean, I saw some shit that was like, $9.50 a box or whatever.
Yep.
I think Palmetto State right now is selling, was it Blazer for $9 a box?
Yeah, buy it up. It's the best. There's no time like now to buy a 9mm.
That is probably true.
I even got 380 last year for $10 a box. The Fiocchi. $10 a box for 380 is usually like $18 a box. 15 for Tula.
Yeah, they have MagTech right now for $9.99 a box.
It's decent stuff for the range.
I guess they had Blazer. They don't anymore. It's sold out, but it was like $9.50 a box.
I bought 1,000 rounds of MagTech last year for the range. I don't think I had any problems with that. It was like
Freedom Munitions has their remanufactured stuff. It would be like $9.50-ish. But their new stuff is like $10. So like in that case, I'd rather just get the new. Let me see if I can find they have some shit. I tried it just for the hell of it. It seems to work okay. American Steel. It's like steel case, but then it's like brash, like coated or something.
Copper washed or something.
Yeah, but it's like brass washed. I don't know if it's in the same thing.
I get my reman locally from a place called Modern Munitions.
Also, Moon, you have a Gear Websites business card, right?
Yeah, I think so.
What the fuck is that image? The one with the little black box with the different colors in it? What the fuck is that a reference to?
Oh, you gotta get up.
Oh, you mean the little scan thing?
Do things.
No, it's like a little black box and there's like red, yellow, green, blue in it.
That tells you that it's in Technicolor.
So you can see it glow.
So it's
Glow,
not.
everybody. I want to see you glow.
It's not olden times. We're in new days. So it's got a Technicolor.
Do they not have that stuff on here anymore? What the fuck? I might have a collector's item. I don't see any of that American Steel stuff.
Should shoot all of it like immediately.
Oh wait, hang on. I just saw a button for it.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. That little rainbow thing with the skin.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
That's weird.
Oh well, that's not too much cheaper.
Is it Pinterest? Is that what the Pinterest looks like?
No, because Pinterest is just like a little pea, isn't it?
I don't know.
The little red pea.
Now you're gonna make me go look.
So I'm trying to get Geob's next set of business cards made up and sent out, but it's like I'm rebuilding the image and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is.
And just scan it and put it there.
I mean, worst case, I can do that, but
Are you trying to get like a different one?
I'm trying to make it look as good as I can. If I could download like a retardedly large quality image of it, like high resolution image, it'll look great. It'll be the same as the other set. I've just never, I don't know what the fuck that is.
I don't know either. Waiting for Smeggy to tell us.
Wait, what? What the fuck, Sennheiser? You dirty German cunt. They charged me one amount. They're like, all right, for you to get this cable, it's $20. Shipped. And I just got a new receipt from them, be like, all right, we charged your account $30. It's like, wait, what? Why are you charging me $10 for shipping? But you told me it was only going to be $5 for shipping.
They thought you wanted to spend $10 and get it faster. They were like, oh, Flippy's got the money.
This fucking $20 cable just turned into a $30 cable.
I need a new Ethernet cable and to figure out a way to stop my cat from chewing through it.
Rub it down with hot sauce.
Yeah, that'll work.
Like the really fucked up hot kind. They won't, I guarantee they won't touch it after that.
Nah. I don't want to make a mess. I'll just spray my cat with the water bottle. Fuck it.
You know, so that way when one of the cables breaks, you won't have a kitty anymore.
Yeah. Cat will learn its lesson.
Nothing teaches you like a lesson, like a couple 100,000 volts going through you.
And you got a twitchy cat for the rest of its life. No big deal.
It's very short life.
Well, it's got 9 of them.
Not after 9 volts.
I need to go heat my coffee up.
And then pour a little bit more of your French vanilla shit into it.
I don't have any. I went food shopping, so I got real creamer.
My coffee's too hard to handle unless I have like 8 kinds of faggy creamers in it.
And some hazelnut coffee. And some U-Ban from the Yucatan.
That's what that is? That's Stitcher Radio? Okay. Yeah, no worries. I'll get that set up.
Ah, no wonder I didn't know what it was. I used to have apps like these radio apps. My dad texted me today and was like, download this. The fuck is it? It's like the first ever walkie-talkie with video. Marco Polo. Download this app. I was like, dude, I'm at work. And plus, I don't have enough room on my phone. Just go away.
Oh yeah, gee, since you're like kind of here now. Brandon was wanting to get a few prototype polo shirts made up for gun channels. And he was wondering if you were chill with that.
You mean using the logo without paying any kind of fee to the site at all? I guess I can't stop you. I don't have any lawyers to fight about it, so.
Okay.
Okay.
Yay, my gun is almost done.
Which gun?
I've been rubbing on this thing for a day and a half now. And got it about up to a mirror finish now.
Jesus, the chafing, it must be unbelievable.
Is it a revolver?
Can you not see? Here, I got my camera on.
Oh, no, I gotta...
Right there. See?
Oh, I gotta turn my bandwidth up. It's because my cat chewed through my cable.
It's getting very shiny. Just a little bit more
Okay.
rubbing and it'll be done.
Yep, that's shiny.
Yep. It's taken a day and a half of constantly polishing this thing pretty much to get it like this. Because I don't like to use tools, I like to hand do it, so. For what it's worth, you moron.
Dude,
Even-
I'm not young, I'm not hip, I don't know this fucking tech lingo.
I'm 50 and I knew what it was.
Yeah, but you're also Insta famous. You probably type like TTLY and all that shit like all the time.
Nope, I never use really abbreviations or anything.
He just types it all out, like laughing out loud.
Actually, I just put ha ha. I'm that old. I just write ha ha.
LOL still means lots of love.
Now the fun part, putting a revolver back together. Without losing an eye or a spring.
Would you ever done that to a NAA?
Have I ever polished an NAA?
Yeah.
No, I don't think I have.
There's a couple of people that do that to theirs. They freaking love it.
Oh yeah, makes them pretty shiny.
Is that just literally hand, or is that with like a Dremel or something with some?
That's just all. This is all hand polishing. This right here.
How many rags do you use?
I've used like 2 T-shirts so far. I use my old T-shirts.
All right.
You know, I rub on the stuff with 1 T-shirt. You know, polish it with 1 T-shirt, and then this is the T-shirt I'm buffing it all off with. Then you just repeat and repeat and repeat. And I'm not going to get it perfect before I put it back together, because as I clean it, the next few times I clean it, you know, I'll use a little bit of a polishing compound every time I clean it, and then eventually it'll be perfect.
Is that like sandpaper where you start with 1 grit and you go finer?
What I usually do is I sand out all the imperfections with like a 400 grit sandpaper. Then I go over that with a 600 grit sandpaper. And then I take it and bead blast it with a very light bead blast. And then I polish. No, if I wanted to get it to like a true mirror finish where you see no grain or anything, I'd have to go back in with some pumice and buff it out with some pumice and then repolish it again. But I just let that happen naturally over the years. Because the thing about a shiny gun, the more you clean it, the shinier it'll get, unless you scratch it up.
Did you say you polish it with hummus?
Pumice.
Oh, pumice.
It's like powder, like baby powder almost, but abrasive. Revolvers are particularly hard to do because of all the little curves and all the little nooks and crannies. You can't just lay them down on something and buff them back and forth. You have to actually do it by hand.
I was going to polish my CZ barrels with hummus.
You should.
See how that
I
works.
attract ants.
Brandon's
thought it
got
would-
to polish his MP5 clone.
I thought it would attract Israelis.
Hipsters like hummus more, I think, than Israelis do.
I got some roasted garlic hummus today.
I don't like hummus. It's like
Hummus
eating
is
uncooked
okay.
cornbread.
Kind of. I like get the little peppers that are like, small. They're like green peppers, but they're tinier. And then you just bite the stem off of that, and then it's like healthy potato chip.
Isn't hummus like ground up chickpeas or something?
Yeah, with a little bit of olive oil, and then usually they flavor it with something like this one has garlic, or sometimes they put peppers or something in there. Is Smeggy still in here?
I guess not.
Sloppy. Do you think that a seed is a nut for nut allergies?
I don't know. Maybe. Because, I don't know. Sunflower seeds? Are people allergic to like sunflower seeds?
That's what I'm wondering, because I found hemp milk at the dollar store today, and that's a seed, not a nut. But I don't know if you can handle that.
Who's got a nut allergy?
Smeggy and regular milk.
Oh, Smeggy has a nut allergy?
I was trying to tell him about cashew milk, because that stuff is awesome. I just found out about it, and I guess he can't, he doesn't drink milk, but then he was saying he has a nut thing too, so he can't drink the coconut or the cashew milk.
So if we want to get rid of Smeggy, we know how. Just
Here's
send
some
him-
brownies,
Yep.
some cookies.
Just sprinkle a little nut dust in his mouth.
nut grenades. That's what we should do. Just make grenades that poof out ground peanuts.
Yeah, never enough nuts.
Never enough nuts.
I told him hey, Bob. I told him I'd send him that BCM trigger guard. Now I got to wipe all the nut residue off of it.
Should smear peanut butter all over it. Mail it to him. Or just jam it into the center of a jar of peanut butter and mail it to him.
Like, find the trigger guard.
Would he be allergic to packing peanuts then?
Yeah, pack it in literal peanuts.
What about the shells? He's not allergic to the shells.
I don't think they can even touch the shells if they have a true peanut allergy. My cousin has a peanut allergy. She can't be around peanuts. One of the kids in my son's class last year had a peanut allergy, so they'd be like, all the snacks you bring to school can't have peanuts. I'm like, here's a better idea. Instead of making 850 other kids do something, how about making the one kid that will die if they touch a peanut go to a special school?
Yeah,
Because that's segregation,
the school for
and I'm told that's wrong.
challenge.
Kids no nuts.
If my child, literally, if my child would die if they touched a peanut, there's no fucking way I'd let them go to a public school. I
I
would.
wouldn't let them go out in public. Yeah, they'd wear like latex clothes all the time and breathe through some kind of filter.
They'd
Yeah,
have to have like a sign duct taped to them saying like peanuts must keep away.
Yeah,
I
keep your
will
nuts
die.
off- Keep your nuts away from me.
Yeah.
Well, I put that on my younger kids anyway. Keep your nuts off my kids. I always say that. Since I got boys. If I had girls, I'd probably do it even more.
Like, oh, I can't touch those. Oh, do you have a peanut allergy? No, my cousin, my dad.
Yeah.
I generally found it was real easy to not have problems with boyfriends. You just had to let them know that you had a lot of firearms and you weren't afraid to use them.
Well, Bob, I don't think any of us are saying you have any problems with boyfriends. I think you do really well in that aspect.
Oh, ha, ha, ha,
Maybe back in
ha.
his day. Maybe in his day. I'm sure now it's a little far between.
I don't know. Aren't like
But
the
just
the hipster gay people like super into old dudes now? Like, isn't that the new thing?
Bob, what was it that Sean Connery said in The Rock? He's like, avoiding gang rape in the washrooms? Well, it's less of a problem these days. Maybe I'm losing my sex appeal.
Yeah, fuck is all on the horse you rode in on.
I didn't ride in on a horse.
No, me either.
Couldn't afford one, you're poor, huh?
I think I could even get a horse in my garage.
I rode in on a rascal. Huh?
Yeah, that I would believe.
I rode over on British Steel.
Oh,
Right, I'm poor.
cheap leaky garbage.
No,
Also,
man.
I don't even think it's made out of steel. I think it's all aluminium.
Isn't the Range Rover just a copy of the Toyota Land Cruiser?
No.
Yeah, the British looked at that and they're like, "Hey, we can make that.
But
We
we'll
can
make
also
it
make it
out of
leak like
aluminum,
the
so it'll
fucking
break."
Titanic."
It's a copy of greatness.
Yeah, that Titanic worked out real well.
Let's see, what they're saying, like Land Rover doesn't it doesn't follow trails, it leads them.
It makes them.
It's usually because the steering's so bad you can't stay on the trail.
Dude, I like LR for life. Or Vita.
Yeah, okay, when I come down, we'll chain your Land Rover to the back of my truck. We'll see who can pull who backwards.
No, it'll fall apart.
You see your front axle going down the road.
It'll just be like a water balloon. It'll just be an explosion of fucking like oil and all kinds of fucking juices going everywhere.
Man, that sounds like my ex.
Oh, that was a little bitter.
No. Yankee, have you gotten a chance to shoot your Desert Eagle anymore? They call it the L5.
That lightweight one.
Yeah. I'm thinking about purchasing one, but I know Yankee said that it was malfunctioning a little bit.
That's because he was limp wristing.
It seems like a badass gun, man. Like, It looks good. Trash the hotel.
Get drunk on the minibar.
Yeah, is that the reason that Yankee likes revolvers so much? Is because you can't limp wrist them?
You got what?
You can't limp wrist a revolver, so
So I actually had somebody tell me that revolvers do not malfunction.
They don't. Not and then never in the history of the world of revolvers ever.
To be fair, the malfunction I had was not a result of the revolver itself malfunctioning. Revolver did what it was supposed to.
It was your shitty round.
Yeah, the ammo malfunctioned like a motherfucker, though.
What type of ammo are you supposed to use in those things?
I guess not shitty Korean ammo?
Tell him to like slam his cylinder hum like 100 times and then try pulling the trigger and cocking the hammer while holding the cylinder a bunch of times. And then tell him to come bring it to you and see how it works. But he won't do that.
Yeah, I won't do that. Mainly because I didn't keep up what the fuck I was supposed to do that you're telling me to.
I'm not telling you to do that.
Oh, okay.
Telling the guy that said there's no
yeah, Flippy,
revolver can't malfunction.
that'll smooth the action out in your revolver. You just flip the cylinder closed a whole bunch of times. It'll smooth everything right out.
While it's
Okay.
spinning.
Well, that was evil.
What, that laugh? That was joyful.
That was just Bob being Bob.
Hey, after you get to be old, you get to laugh like you're an evil villain in a movie.
Oh, dude, I like Hillary's laugh.
I know, it sounds just like the Wicked Witch of the West.
Dude, it's pretty evil. Did you see that clip of her like spitting that reptilian egg in that glass of water?
No.
Well, the theory is she's patient zero for the apocalypse, the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, I don't think anybody will have any problem putting that zombie out of its misery.
Anybody have a link to that one? I've heard of it, but I haven't actually seen that one.
Yeah, she like spits out an egg or something.
But she's probably coughing up
It's out a cough drop.
like hack of fucking phlegm or whatever. Did you see the one where she fell onto her face right the other day, and then they focus in on her foot, and a bunch of like a piece of metal falls out of her leg of her pants.
Oh my God, she's a cyborg.
No, but they're saying that she's a diabetic, and that's the thing that diabetics will do, so that they always have their insulin nearby. They'll put it in their sock or whatever, and since she like passed out or whatever on the 11th, and they had to drag her into that van that they're calling a limousine, it fell out, and then I guess there's something about, that might be, I don't know, there was speculation on if a president can be a diabetic to the point where they have to have insulin on them and shit.
I mean, who was it? Which president was it that had polio? Was it like FDR?
Back in the olden days, yeah.
My aunt had polio. She had like leg braces and everything.
Maybe Hillary has polio.
I think she just spit a cough drop into the water.
Hmm.
Not like phlegm or something?
Nah.
Ah.
Probably like some nasty doctor prescribed green cough drop for her speech coughing fits.
Did you guys see the new trailer for Underworld?
They're making another one of those?
Looks boring.
Yeah, it stars Kate Beckinsale.
She's hot, but the movie looks boring. They all look the same. Like, I can't tell which one's which.
Well, the first one is about the war with the vampires and the Lycans, and then the second one is about the vampires and Lycans, and the third one is about the old war between the vampires and Lycans.
Anybody else watching that Marvel's Legends?
Nerd.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, it's a really good superhero time travel series.
Oh, wait. Yeah, no. I was watching it. It's fine.
I liked it.
It's not Marvel Legends. It's DC. It's Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh, whatever. It was a comic book movie.
I can't keep up with that shit, dude. It seems like they are introducing like a character that nobody ever liked every day.
I don't know. I kind of like the Atom. I like White Canary.
You like Discount Tony Stark and the lesbian canary?
Yeah. Hell yeah. And I like the fire guy. Firestorm? Is he? No, not Firestorm. The guy who's just a criminal with a
Captain Ebony and Ivory? Bob, that's racist. He's not a criminal. He's just a black guy.
No. Not that guy. He probably is. He looks like one of those inner city kids who's only in school because he's good at football.
Jesus.
What?
Follow that athletic scholarship.
Bob, you just said he's a criminal because he's a black guy. Like, yeah, he's black. He's probably a criminal.
Oh no, I'm just saying he's like inner city. I mean, that's the way they're raised.
Well, Kingpin was inner city.
Who?
Kingpin.
Yeah, but he was a white guy. He doesn't count.
I thought he was black.
Kingpin? Nah, Kingpin was a white dude. He was only black in that Daredevil fucking movie.
With Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
With the dude from the Green Nile. Or Green Mile or whatever.
The Green Nile.
The White Mile or what was that? The 8th Mile?
Look.
Michael Duncan Clark or Michael Clark Duncan. He's dead now though, right?
Is he?
Yeah. He
Yeah.
died of like a massive heart attack.
Oh, that's a shame. That dude was cool.
Yeah, he was in what's it called? Armageddon. Yeah.
Best movie ever.
It was better than Deep Impact.
Dude, Deep Impact, I was like, I want to slip my wrist after that movie.
I went to the movies to see that. I don't even know why.
I got
You must have felt ripped off.
Dude, I thought it was going to be like, well, they advertised it as Armageddon, you know what I mean? Because that movie and Armageddon came out relatively the same time.
Yeah.
And they got everybody hyped up to see Deep Impact because they're like, oh, a comet's going to hit the Earth, you know, hope survives. And it was nothing like what they advertised. You know, like, it was bad. Like, nobody wins, everybody dies. Like,
Morgan Freeman was the president. I was like, yeah, that'll never happen.
You probably would have made a better president than the one you got now.
I would love him to be the president.
Yeah, but he's anti-gun now, remember?
Is he?
He's no longer your hero.
Is Morgan Freeman anti-gun?
I don't know. I haven't heard his views on guns.
He's pro-freedom.
I just know that the new wormhole, Enter the Wormhole.
He's also pro-Hillary.
Oh, like social justice.
He's anti-Black Lives Matter, though.
Yeah, but he's pro-Hillary. He did the fucking voiceover for Hillary's commercials.
Oh yeah, he did a voice. He narrated a Hillary ad.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Oh.
And Through the Wormhole is not like exploring space and physics anymore. It's like exploring social justice.
Fuck it, Morgan. Why, dude? All my heroes are dying out.
Those SJWs are in the wormholes.
All my heroes are dying out, dude.
When there's no more heroes.
Yeah, Clint's still around.
Clint Smith?
No.
Clint Eastwood?
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, but he's an old-ass fucking man. How much longer is he going to be around?
You never know, man. He's pretty tough.
After he dies, dude, that'll be the end of the Republicans.
There will actually be no more heroes.
We won't even need actors soon. We'll just like recreate them in computers.
Yeah. It'll all just be, yeah.
We'll be like, oh, Stallone's got a new movie out. Oh, Bruce Lee's got a new movie out. Oh, Jimmy Cagney's got a new movie out.
Oh, Jim Carrey has a new movie out.
Rocky 17.
Really, yeah.
Rocky, you can't fight the Martians. There's no oxygen up there. There's
Oh,
no
I thought
oxygen
you guys-
for
I
them
thought
either.
I thought you guys might like this. This was a picture I took of Paul Walker at the gun shop I used to go and get my stuff tuned up at. He lived he had a house in Ventura, which was like the town next over for me.
It's got the stone-washed jeans.
Yeah, he was a hardcore gun supporter, man.
What's he holding there? An M1?
No, it's the 700.
Oh.
He had so many guns, and he used to go and
And an M1.
he used to go and take shooting lessons from my buddy, and he was in the middle of getting his concealed weapons permit, and then I guess he was going to do his sign off, but then he died Thursday, so that sucked. He was a nice guy though, and he was a really hardcore supporter of the Second Amendment.
That's why they killed him.
Pretty much. Alex Jones said it was a conspiracy.
We're gonna run this guy into a telephone pole.
The Bilderbergs, they tuned up his car so they could make him smash into the side of the wall.
Well, they tried to get took over control of the electronics. That's why all cars are getting all that electronic steering and shit.
He was the passenger or the driver?
He was the passenger. Roger Rodas was the driver.
MK Ultra, Roger Road.
MK Ultra. No, he was a really good dude though, man. Like an actual person in Hollywood that wasn't stuck up or anything, and like he was just a solid guy. More than I can say about the rest of the Hollywood now.
Yeah.
I was asking him, when I was in the shop, I was like, so how is it like, being pro-gun in Hollywood? And he said, you'd actually be surprised, dude. He's like, there's a lot of guys that are, and girls that are pro-gun in Hollywood, but the problem is, like, if we come out and say that we're pro-gun, like, we'll never work again. So
it's kind of like being gay in the 50s, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, and you know what? That's something that should be, brought up, that gun owners are now stigmatized, much like homosexuals were people of color.
Well, I think that's what did I think Stone Guy even said that a long time ago. He said being a gun owner today is like being a homosexual in the 1950s. Stone Guy, rest in peace.
He's not dead. He's just on hiatus.
You can see
So
the
guy,
bigotry.
2016, never forget.
Right.
If you just go on a Moms Demand Action thread at any time, you can see the bigotry.
Oh, dude, Kevin Bacon came out and became anti-gun. Julianne Moore, Sofia Vergara.
I'm talking about with just regular people. Just
Oh.
regular mad mommies.
Yeah, they're just
And
housewives.
they're beta male husbands or single bachelor beta males.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Like these moms demand type girls, they're really attracted to beta males.
Well, yeah, because then they can like command
opinionated.
them.
Yeah. That way they could bully their husbands into doing what they want.
It's like, honey, I figure we could go target shooting. Get that gun out of this house.
Get that baby killing machine out of this house.
But sweetheart, you said you wanted to do a hobby together. I meant crochet or go to a book club. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't
We'll
mean
watch those faggy Twilight movies together, and I talk to you for hours about feelings that you never really care about.
Right.
And then I won't even have the common courtesy to blow you afterwards.
I wonder if is Shannon Watts single?
Who the hell's Shannon
Probably
Watts?
not.
I don't
She's
know.
fucking
She's
wealthy as
married?
fuck, though.
What?
She could be married.
Let me look this up.
Shannon Watts is hot.
She's not bad looking.
Never even heard of her.
She just needs a good pro dicking.
She's the leader of Moms Demand Action,
Mm.
funded
Like,
by
if it-
Bloomberg.
If a pro gun dude was willing to like just dick her well enough, she'll be pro gun too. That's the
Well,
only
that's-
reason she's getting
really-
you right now.
Accept that challenge.
And she's the former head of Monsanto. or executive at Monsanto.
Oh, you're kidding. That really puts conspiracy on it, man. Monsanto's
He's all around evil.
Yeah.
There's everything you need to know about Shannon Watts.
Does it have her address? Where does she live?
Let me find her.
What's her favorite color?
She likes long walks. She likes long walks on the beach, going to gun buybacks, and watching guns burn.
Man, wouldn't that piss her off? You went on a date with her to a gun buyback, and you just got in line and started buying guns from the people.
That'd be funny, dude.
Yeah, could you like stand next to the
We'll burn these
stand
later.
next to the police
Yeah,
officer and
I'm,
just be
I'm
like,
buying these so we can destroy them. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, you get her to carry them into your trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. For later, we'll just put them in my trunk.
We'll burn them
Throw-
together.
we'll sit by the fireplace and cuddle while we toss AK-47s onto the fire.
Yeah, for sure.
Or
I knew you were the right
VZ-58s.
one.
And then we
I
just,
knew we had stuff in
then we just won't get around to it, you know. You want to
But
say,
nah, like
I'm good at telling
someone-
them. Oh, we'll get around to that later.
someone should just stand next to the police officers at the gun buybacks when they're like, "Yeah, we'll give you $20 for that fucking P08 Luger." You go, "I'll give you 50."
No, dude, there was a lot of people in LA that they had an FFL on site, and they did that. I remember I went to the one in Hollywood, and the LAPD had a gun buyback there, and there was like 20 FFLs out there that were willing to give everyone, regardless of what gun it was, $400 for every gun, and the police department was only willing to give a $50 gift card to Walmart. So. Yeah, dude, and then like all the anti-gun people that were there, it was funny. There was this one guy though that he was about ready to turn in his gun, and the FFL guy was like, "Hey, no, like I'll give you $400 for that," and it was Mosin the Got, and I was like, "Dude, I wouldn't pay that much for that piece of junk. It's not even worth that much." And he's like, "No, man." He's like, "A gun off, out of the fire is like better," or something like that. I forgot what he said, but so he tried to buy the rifle from the guy, and the guy was like, "I don't believe in these things. This was my brother's, and he gave it to me, and I just want it burned." And I was like, Jesus. Like,
It's like you enjoy burning money that $400 versus $25. Like that dude would go down in history for selling the most expensive Mosin Nagant ever.
mm-hmm. Well,
They
remember
did
that
a
one
gun
thing
buyback here in the 70s?
where like lady sold like an MP44 or whatever it was to the sheriff's department, and they found out that it was like one of the limited runs. You guys hear about that?
Oh, I didn't hear about that one. I heard about the one where a lady sold a Tommy gun, like an actual full auto Tommy gun. And
I thought
like,
there was a lady with an SGT 44.
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it was. Never mind. I thought it was the Tommy gun one.
Yeah, it was an SGT.
And the cops
Yeah.
wouldn't take it because it was like worth 50 grand.
Yeah. So the cops did like an auction thing for it, and then gave her the money that came from it.
No, nice.
So
They did a gun buyback here in the 70s, and then about a year later, one of the RCMP officers got busted with a bunch of stolen property at his cabin out at the lake, because he had boats and jet skis and motorcycles that he had taken from the compound. And then they went to his house to look for some more stuff, and they found out all these guns that had been bought back, like full auto Thompsons and shit like that old guys had brought in to get rid of, because they were now illegal in Canada.
that's
He had taken all of them too. So he had all these like full auto Thompsons and all this like old World War II stuff that people had brought back, and it was terrible. They destroyed them all.
wow.
Well,
Really?
yeah.
How'd he get busted? He shouldn't have got busted.
Oh well, his neighbors
great.
kind of wondered why he had 3 speedboats and everything, and he was a sergeant on the RCMP.
Well, his neighbors should have mind their own business.
Right.
But what happened here is we had a guy had a Singer sewing machine 1911 that was built, I guess, during the First World War. they didn't think they would have enough 45, so they started a factory up here in Canada, and they ran 100 off the production line, and then decided they didn't need it. Right, so it's one of the rarest 45s.
Was it the whole gun or just the frame?
No, the whole gun.
Oh.
And some kid had broken into this guy's house that had owned it, stole it, used it for robbing 7-Elevens, and got caught and busted, and they just ended up destroying the gun.
A couple of years ago, our local city did a buyback, and the police department did a buyback, and they'd hand out like $50 gift cards for guns and whatnot, and they said that all those guns are going to be melted down and formed into a statue. And it just so happens that that statue doesn't exist, and all the guns that they bought back, they resold back out to the open market.
I believe it.
I.e. friends and family.
Yeah, gun buybacks are fucking stupid.
Yeah, nobody benefits from them except like the police.
Or that dude who made that shotgun.
Oh, what's his name? The guy from Ares Armor?
Whoever it was who made that shotgun that was like fucking a 2x4 and a metal pipe.
And they didn't say anything. And he was like, "Is that a homemade shotgun?" He's like, "You guys didn't say any limits on anything." He's like, "No, we're not accepting those." He's like,
"Oh
hey,
no, the dude who did this actually made like $150 off of it."
Yeah. It was the guy from Ares Armor. Yeah, I saw it.
Ares Armor was out in California.
Yeah.
Was it Dimitri?
Yeah.
Because this was in like Illinois.
Oh well, they did the same thing in San Diego. So Ares Armor just went to Home Depot and they bought a tube, a nail, and like a couple other things. They made a functioning single shot shotgun, and they took it to the gun buyback. And the police were like, "Hey, look, you can't be turning this stuff in." He's like, "Why not? It's dangerous. You know, I want my gift card." So then what they did is they ended up taking all the gift cards after probably selling like $2,000 worth, and then they sold them on Amazon or like Craigslist, and then turned it into cash, and then went and donated it to like the NRA.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure he does that sort of stuff just to prove how stupid their fucking gun laws are.
Oh, dude, it's brilliant.
You know, gun laws are completely stupid.
Oh, great. Oh, yeah, oddly enough, there's no gun buybacks around here.
Yeah, go figure, eh? I was really surprised at how little crime there was. Like when I was in Tucson, you know, it was big news because 2 guys had been killed one night. But it sounded like a drug deal gone bad. They were found like a block away from each other.
Well, yeah, it's funny because people think because it's like everybody's got a gun that it's going to be high crime, but it's quite the opposite. The reason because everybody has a gun that there's no crime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I never felt unsafe in Tucson or anywhere actually down there, to tell you the truth. Yeah, when I got lost in Phoenix and kind of found some pretty tough looking neighborhoods.
No, Phoenix is a different story, dude. That's yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, I wasn't worried. Like, you know, I'm a Canadian tourist, so I can just drive around looking like a goof and nobody bothers you. They go, oh, it's just a fucking Canadian. His money won't be any good anyway.
not trading your money. I probably got a pretty full of like dimes and quarters.
Is it just me or is Brandon roboting?
A little bit.
Okay.
Sometimes when his battery runs low, he just sounds like that, eh?
Yeah, fucking batteries.
Just means he's got to recharge soon.
Why do they have to make this so difficult?
Geez, my high power comes apart really easy, goes back together really easy. Oh yeah, that's because it's a more modern design.
Well, that's because it's held together with fucking duct tape and glue.
Oh, jeez. High power is a quality gun.
Okay, whatever makes you sleep at night.
What do you guys have against high powers?
Because I own one.
Oh, so they got to be bad if Bob owns one?
I mean, Bob owns a VZ58, so.
Yeah, I own the quality firearms, right? The last of the Browning designs, the improved AK version.
It's barely even a Browning design. It was done by a fucking Frenchman.
Oh, please. He did
Made in Belgium.
A little bit of stuff. But mostly it was a John Browning. Oh, yeah, you look at it right next to a 1911, and yeah, they're kissing cousins.
I mean, who really cares anyways? John Browning was a Mormon, so he was crazy anyways.
Oh, right. Who wouldn't want like 9 or 10 wives?
No sane man.
No, because you only got to spend a couple of hours with each of them. So it's like most of your time you're free. You're just driving back and forth.
Bob, that's not the way it works. That's not the way women work.
Sure
Just
it is.
because there's more women doesn't mean that now that there's more of them, they want less of your time.
No, man, what you do is you marry 10, you put 7 to work, you have 3 look after the kids. You don't have to do anything because you're getting all that money coming in from the 7 that are working. You got 3 looking after the kids in the house. It's gravy, man. You just sit around and service them when they need it.
You talking about being a Mormon?
Yeah.
Huh. That ain't bad.
And Mormon girls they're pretty hot.
Yeah, my roommate dated this Mormon girl, dude. She would have like thrown herself like in a fire for him.
Oh yeah. And they'll do anything you command.
Yeah, and he was terrible to her. Like he treated her like crap. And she was like, "I love you so much."
Yeah.
He was fucking dating Minnie Mouse, apparently.
Gosh, I love you.
You get a little bit Minnie Mouse there, Brandon. Which is kind of odd.
Yeah. Gosh. Thanks. There we go.
Golly! I see a really good Gomer pile.
That guy's a disgrace to the Marine Corps.
Oh, please.
You know that guy was like a singer? Like a gay singer?
Gomer Pyle wasn't gay.
He was.
Yeah, he was.
No.
Yep.
He came out like 3 years ago.
Gomer Pyle, he died like 7 years ago, so how did he come out? As a zombie?
Yeah, he's like, I like the zombie ass.
He came out gay.
He came out as like cock.
You sound like you've said that before, Flippy.
Yeah, several times in these fucking chats. Like, Bob, you're a cockhead.
Well, I heard furries didn't really discriminate because they can't really tell sex in those costumes anyway.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what a furry looks like. I just want to go to like a furry convention.
Oh, Flippy will probably take you. You might even have an extra costume. Not sure what gender it would be.
I know there's some hot chicks that go to those things.
Oh man, the anime ones. Go to those anime Comic Con things. Woohoo!
Ben Bob?
Yeah. Yeah, I just go dressed as normal and they just think I'm a character.
Right?
I just, wear my Canadian tuxedo.
I can see that.
Put on my cowboy hat. Oh, I'm gonna have to dig out my box of hats. I'm running out of different hats to wear.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
This list of pictures I'm putting together is going to be pretty extensive.
Oh,
so
yeah?
I'll go through them. We'll go through them just like we started to last night. I'll just scroll, and you can tell me when to stop.
Yeah. We'll have to do that. We'll get in the chat sometime.
Is there a way to do that off air? I don't know if I
Yeah. Yeah, you can do it from inside gun channels, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do like a private chat.
Well, I know Brandon's a photographer. If he wants to jump in on it, he's welcome.
Yeah, I don't know. Brandon likes them funny British cars, not real cars.
Those are real cars.
Oh, yeah. When's the last time a British car won a drag race? Oh, never.
Does.
Now, admittedly, they have set some records at Bonneville, but that's usually in the 750cc class, which really isn't a car.
We don't need roads. We go and make our own.
Well, G-Web's challenged Hank Strange to a drag race, me and my truck against Hank Strange bus he's building. Which kind of sucks, because he's building a bus with a built-up diesel and shit.
A built-up diesel?
Diesel.
Evil.
Diesel.
He's got to be having some financial help on that fucking thing.
I would think, yeah. I mean, putting a whole new drivetrain underneath a 1970s or 80s bus or camper, yeah. Hey, I'm having enough fun just flipping my axles. God, that's a pain in the ass. Because it sounds so easy. Oh, I'm just going to pull them out and flip them. You can't. You have to actually cut the pads off the axles and move them to the top because the axles are bent or whatever, cambered, I guess. So, yeah. It's like, God, son of a bitch. Why is everything going to be hard? Oh, well. I got a month and a half to do it. And a few other things. I got to put a new bumper on this thing. But I've got my storage and my gun storage and gun ammunition is all sorted out, so that's good. I'm just waiting for the damn paperwork from ATF.
Good luck with that.
Wait. What are you waiting on from ATF?
Oh, I gotta get. I sent in my form to bring guns down there.
Oh.
Waiting for them to send me back the authorization, and I'm just praying that we don't have a postal strike in the meantime.
Yeah. When did you send that in?
A couple weeks ago.
I wonder how long they normally take.
It's about a month.
Oh yeah, so it's not as bad as regular forms and stuff.
No, it's not too bad because it's pretty common, eh? Like you can go down there, and I'm just going down there for hunting purposes, but I'm bringing my handguns because I'm going to be hunting hogs. So I want more than just my rifle. My VZ and my SVT-40 that I'm going to use for hog hunting. Well, that SVT-40 will put a hog down, let me tell you. That's a good round. And I got some 202 grain soft points for that 7.62x5.4R. So, yeah, I got 10 rounds. That should do it. Wish it wasn't so god awful long, but and the disadvantage with that rifle is it's as long as a Mosin, eh? I figured 2 shotguns, 22. Let's see, 3 rifles and 3 pistols. So that's not that many. It's not that weird. See, I can't bring my Norenkos. Your country has stupid laws.
Well, you can bring your Norenkos. You just can't sell your Norenkos.
No, I can't even bring them.
You can bring them, just don't tell anybody.
Yeah, you pull up to the border crossing. As soon as you say, I'm bringing some guns across. Yeah.
They're going to be like, oh, that's a Norenko.
No, they actually, they won't. It says right on the form that they won't take, you can't import Norenkos even temporarily.
Well, get it, go to a gunsmith and have them do it over and put like Ishmash on there or something.
Yeah, or Springfield.
Yeah, there you go.
Basically, Springfield. I was trying to talk my brother into let me take one of his M14s. I'd just swap them, eh? But his are really early production M14. So they were converted from full auto to semi-auto, so they're really iffy in Canada. Like, you know, I might never get back in with it, would be the problem.
We see you, the Freeman, in the Black Mesa. Good God.
So, Brandon, when I come out with you on your border patrol there, thinking I'll take the VZ and my high power. Sound like I'm got enough guns?
Are you planning to shoot squirrels or?
Well, you know, just for protection out in the desert. There's snakes and coyotes and bobcats.
And gang members and cartel.
Yeah. Oh, VZ-58, 30 rounds of 7.62 by 3.9.
Yeah, that's a gopher round.
No. That's a 30 caliber round. That's not a gopher round. That would be a 223.
Nah, you're talking about like a gopher round. You're like, this is my gun that I used to shoot squirrels with.
I don't use the VZ to shoot squirrels. Deer, maybe.
Well, of course you can't use it to shoot squirrels. There's no fucking proper aiming on it.
No proper what?
Aiming. You can't aim with that thing. It's impossible.
With a VZ? What the hell are you talking about, Flippy? Are you insane?
There's not even like, they don't even put sights on them.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Can't wait to meet you, Flippy.
Okay.
I've met Flippy before.
Have you?
Yeah. We were in.
Different the way he looked or sounds?
We were separated at birth, dude.
Oh, seriously? So he's a legal immigrant as well?
What?
Yeah, you know, snuck over here from fucking Africa. I come from Africa, Mon.
Africa, Mon?
Yeah.
Oh, I met a girl at a local parts store who's from Africa, and man, she's a hottie.
Whoa, what? Like South Africa, right?
Yeah.
Going back to our earlier conversation, where black women just can't be attractive.
No, Bob said South Africa.
That's what I'm saying. You're like, well, it's got to be South Africa because, you know, black women can't be attractive.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, why would you think that, Flippy? That seems so racist. Oh, wait, it's coming from you.
Because it's true. Black women just aren't attractive.
To you.
Haley Berry?
Nope.
Or she's not that black.
Haley, find a new bitch who's not, like, fucking terrible.
Oh God.
I'm
Let me
not
think of one.
ashamed to say that I don't find like black women attractive. Like I don't find Chinese women attractive. I mean I like white girls.
That's where I'm at, but
Oh, Asians are hot.
Oh, I like yeah.
Asians
Asian
are
girls.
attractive race.
no.
Oh, Japanese girls when they make that poodle sound. Oh,
Dude, plus with Japanese
You're
girls,
ruining it
they're
right
not
now.
expecting much, so they're really easy to like surprise. It's like, holy shit.
I don't know what
It's like you must be the biggest dude ever. It's like, all right.
I don't know what Japanese they're talking about, man. So, like, once they're in the States, expect a lot. Oh wait, what are you talking about?
expect a lot as in presents and stuff.
You're talking about
I'm just saying, Japanese women have tiny fucking like vagina holes.
No, they don't. They got oh crap. Have you never watched Japanese porn?
Nah, dude, it's always like because they got to be ready for Japanese dudes.
No. You watch
Japanese women are built for Japanese dudes, so
Good
everything.
God, no, they're built for tentacle monsters.
Oh my god. That's so true. How do you know about the tentacles? You must be an avid subscriber of Magvideo. Is that a revolver, Flippy?
Yep, still playing with my revolver.
What'd you buy?
Nothing.
How do you
It's
take
a-
down a Sig? Let's try this.
A 360 PD. I didn't buy it. Traded for it.
The hell's a 360 PD?
It's a super fucking light, fucking small barreled, fucking 357 Magnum from Smith and Wesson.
Oh, what's it made of? Scandium?
Yeah, it's scandium and titanium.
Nice. I'd like to shoot that.
I'll bring it with me to Oklahoma.
Oh, cool, man.
What are you going to Oklahoma for?
That gun show thing. That's in November.
Yeah, Wanamaker's Tulsa Arms Show. It's the biggest gun show in the States, I think, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
If not the world.
So expensive.
What?
Dude, it's Oklahoma. There's no way it's gonna be expensive. That place is fucking like poverty stricken like a motherfucker.
Dude,
Yeah.
there's this one place. I think it's in Dubai. It's like the biggest arms trade show ever. You can get like nuclear missiles and like.
Oh, you can't buy nuclear missiles.
Absolutely, it's put on like by sheiks and stuff like that, and like Russians go there, and it's like you ever seen that movie Lord of War?
Yeah.
Where like they go to that arms show.
That was movie of the day on Gunshot a couple days ago, I think.
Nicolas Cage?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, that reminds me. I tried to watch that movie. What the fuck is it? 2 Bravo or whatever.
2 Bravo.
Let me see. It's on my Netflix list.
Sean
Is it
Bean.
about British SAS?
What the fuck is it? Kilo 2 Bravo. I tried to watch that like a few times.
How was it?
I'm done trying to watch it. I fucking fall asleep every time through it because it's so goddamn British.
Oh yeah. You know what though? You watch that show and you just go, "Fuck, man! Those guys like the way the squad works and stuff like that. It's like they're surrounded. There's a BMP coming at them. It's like 6 guys with shoulder weapons, and so what do? Because they're caught in the open, they attacked and they ran the Iraqis off. But it's just typical SAS, right? Oh, we're surrounded, outnumbered 20-1. Attack! Which was the right thing to do. I mean, it was that or surrender. And they don't tend to surrender.
That's pretty crazy.
Dude, all I know is I want one of those guns so fucking much. I need a fucking company to make these over here.
What?
Legally sell them. The L85A1s?
Yeah.
Oh, like the British saw.
No, it's like the British fucking assault rifle. It's like
it's a
that
bullpup.
bullpup. Yeah, I
It's
want
a
one so
brand-
fucking bad.
Oh, is that the ones that they had in that movie 28 Days Later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the new ones that they've just come out with are quite good. The original ones were terrible.
It has like the magazine that loads in the rear, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're a bullpup.
It's a
Yeah.
bullpup. Yeah. Yeah, like I want one of those guns. They're so fucking cool.
So why don't they sell them here? Go on Gun Broker, see if you can find them.
They don't.
If I could have brought Norenko's down, I was going to pick up one of those T97s to bring it down, just to have it, to bring it down, because you guys don't get them.
Yeah, you should. I still think you should bring in a Russian SKS and just leave it here.
Well, I might bring one just for shits and giggles, but because I got a really nice Russian laminate with a laminate stock and it's just freaking tack driver, beautiful gun.
Yeah, you should bring one. I should pay you. You should I'll pay you so I can store the gun here.
Gonna leave my SKS for you. You fucking.
Here's the thing though. If fucking Trump gets in, he's gonna get rid of that stupid executive order.
Oh, the Russian one at least, but the fucking Chinese one's still going to be in play, which is fucking gay.
Why is that?
He doesn't like the Chinese.
He doesn't?
Well, it's not even the fact of the Chinese itself. It's that wasn't that one a law, or was that actually an executive order?
It was Bush that passed it, didn't he?
Yeah, Daddy Bush, but the banning Chinese. No, that wasn't Bush. That was fucking what's his fucking face?
Reagan?
No, it was fucking
Clinton.
Clinton. Yeah, Clinton banned Chinese fucking firearms and ammunition.
That's too bad because they make good shit and it's cheap.
They had Norinco 1911s.
Mm-hmm. No, they still do. You can get for $300. You can get what they call a police model, and it's a two-tone, like the slide stainless steel, the frames blued, and they're just a gorgeous gun, and they shoot really well. Like they're really tough. Guys were using them for making race guns out of. They'd use a frame, because the frames were in such good shape.
Hey, Bob. Can you see my screen?
You bet. That's cool.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When we sit down, I'll show you what this started out as.
The fuck is that?
The dragster, man. It's a slingshot, the old style.
Well, hang on. I can show you what it started out as right now. Give me
What do you do with that thing, though?
You're racing.
Very, very fast in a straight line.
Yeah. Like 250 miles an hour in a quarter mile.
Nah, man. You gotta get a Nissan Skyline.
Right.
That's racing.
No. Skylines. Fucking straight six, man. We quit using those in the 50s.
That's not the one that started out that way.
I want to put a V12 in a motorcycle frame. Like a Merlin engine.
No, they put a V10 in a fucking motorcycle, and then fucking what's that company?
I don't know. They were putting Viper engines in them for a while.
The Italian company that makes cars.
Oh, Lamborghini?
No.
Ferrari?
No, the other one. Starts with an M.
Oh, Maserati.
Yeah, Maserati came out with a fucking V8 motorcycle. It looks insane. It's like 470 horsepower.
That's not that bad.
It looks like the fucking Batman motorcycle from The Dark Knight.
I've seen like fuel dragster bikes that put out that much horsepower out of 4 cylinders and 1500 cc's.
I'm totally kidding, man. I'm all about like drag racing too. I hate imports. Like if you're gonna race, you gotta do it straight line.
And there's nothing like the old. I mean, these guys who drove these fucking cars had balls of steel. I mean, this engine up front. I mean, there's a reason that the guys today have that engine behind them.
Yep.
Because when that thing blows up and you're going 200 miles an hour, where does all that stuff go when it's in front of you?
Yeah,
right to the driver.
Well, not even that, but I mean, basically they're sitting on top of the rear end.
Yep.
Right, so they're sitting on top of the rear end, so if it blows up, it's going right up their ass. And the transmission's right in between their legs.
Yep.
So
if their
and
clutch
they
goes,
blow up a lot.
I mean, there's them guys that, yeah.
Well, I know a guy who used to race, and he raced cars, not dragsters, but he had a 4-speed Ford transmission blow up next to him, and he still got shrapnel from the clutch in his legs, like 40 years later.
Yep, broken legs, shattered legs. I mean,
Oh hell yeah! Like, that's why they started putting Kevlar blankets around the transmissions, because when they would blow up, they would literally grenade.
actually, I'm going to screen share again, and I'm going to show you the last car that won a Super Nationals before the rear engine guys took over.
Oh yeah. Oh cool. Well, I know that my brother's boss has a Top Fuel dragster sitting in his shop, and I was sitting in that thing, you know, and you can't see because the Hemi and the blower are in front of you. Sitting there going, "This is crazy!" Like, holy shit.
Let's see here.
And that just started with guys like came back from World War II and decided to see if they could make their cars go faster. And,
Yeah, exactly. That's
well, that's how motorcycle clubs and that started too, eh? Like the Hells Angels started out as a group of World War II pilots originally, and that was their squadron or whatever when they were in combat. So, yeah, it's one of the stories about how motorcycle clubs started, and they're clubs, not gangs. Although some kind of cross the line a little bit. But I used to race with the Hells Angels all the time, and they were great, man. After the races were over, they always had a great big school bus that was a big party bus. You can get beers and sit around and shoot shit with them. They all rode Harleys, so they weren't competitive, but
Hey, Bob, you following?
yeah.
All right, so that's Hank Johnson. They used to call him Gentleman Hank.
Yeah. Yeah, look at the goggles, right?
And the gas mask.
Yeah.
That's what people don't realize, that these guys are running nitro and they can't breathe that shit in.
Nope. Oh yeah, nitromethane, man. That was nasty stuff. Oh. Sweet, Raphael. Cool.
What's Raffy showing?
He's got a pair of goggles on. Yeah, that's a sweet drive. See, I've always wanted to drive one. You know what I've always wanted to drive is a Top Fuel Altered, the short wheelbase, eh? Because those are squirrely as hell, and I like.
Wait. Top Fuel Altered.
It's little short ones. You generally look like some kind of hot rod, but on super steroids.
Oh, are you talking like one of Ivo's old cars?
Yeah, well, that kind of style, but yeah, there's a class called the Altered class, which is you can, it's kind of a stock body, but you got to set the motor back, and it gives you a lot of options for making them go faster.
Huh. Yeah, and all I'm finding right now is JPEGs. All my really high quality stuff is on hard drives.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm still trying to find the pictures of my Ranchero before it got smushed.
I'm not still screen sharing, am I?
Mm-mm.
All right.
Testing.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Actually, one more time here for you, Bob, before I go try to put more of these together. This guy you'll know, I believe. Know who that is?
Yeah, I can't remember offhand though.
Jerry?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Ruth? Jerry Ruth.
Jerry Ruth. Ruth?
Ruth.
Root.
R-U-T-H.
Ruth. Oh, okay.
Right here.
Oh, right. Okay.
He's still a local guy. He's got a lot of old cars. I sat down and talked with him, and he's pretty arrogant. He's a fucking dickhead.
Yeah, I've met a few of those guys at the track.
Well, he just thinks because he did what he did back in the day, he's still top shit.
Yeah.
I mean, he is just a pain in the ass even to want to photograph.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I was going to tell you a story. At Bakersfield one year, I mean, these guys pissed me off so bad that I'm going to say a word here, and people who don't know what I'm talking about are going to make jokes, but they were doing the Cackle Fest.
Oh yeah.
And these guys were pulling up, getting ready to take the turn onto the track, and I photographed Hank and everybody else who was in that group, and Jerry comes by and waves at me like he's posing for a picture, and I just set my camera down and take a look at him. It's like, screw you. You don't deserve to take up that room on my card. And I think what he's doing there is he's checking the heat off the
exhaust.
Yeah, off his exhaust here.
Yeah.
He used to do that for some reason.
Well, some guys can just tell that it's getting to optimal temperature, eh?
Yeah, my dad actually has a story for why Ruth always did this. Once again, my dad's too big of a prick to get on here and talk to you about it.
Don't worry about it, man.
He's one of them. He's old and salty, and he could care less, you know.
Well, yeah, because they don't realize, or maybe they do. Well, I think it's a lot of them don't realize it. To some of us younger guys that watch these guys race on TV and stuff like that. I mean, the world of sports used to have the drag racing on, and they were like heroes to us young guys because we were like, oh God, they went 200 miles an hour. Holy shit.
Yeah, when my uncle and my dad used to race Ruth, every once in a while they would be having engine problems, and I forget what it was, but one of them they'd pull up to the line, and because my dad's guys would run off 7 cylinders if they were having engine problems, and they would still outrun, other guys. And one time they came up in Ruth, and they were racing Ruth, and Ruth's car was getting too hot or something like that, and he thought he was just gonna take the race for whatever reason. And one of my uncle who was driving at that time had one of the spark plugs off, like they were running on 7 cylinders. And he just reached over and plugged that thing back in and fucking smoked him. Well, hey guys, I'm going to jump over and see what Night Strike has going on.
Sounds good, man. Talk to you later.
Yep, y'all going.
Well, I'm gonna start my supper now. So talk to you guys later.